this camera around a little bit here. There we go. And we're up and running. Welcome, everybody, to another fantastical Aquadream USA.com live stream. My name is Kevin, guys. I'm here to talk to you guys about everything that we do here at Aquadream, talking about the various products, talking about our tanks, and everything in between. Of course, if you guys have any questions, want to know more about us, make sure to leave a comment or leave a chat, or leave a comment in the chat. That's what I'm trying to say here. You guys will now be able to respond to you guys properly. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. Right now, we're just kind of getting all set up properly here, and making sure that all of our live streams are actually live as my phones say they are. Right. Just double checking. There you go, we're live on Facebook. I see that. So that's good. We're live there. Excelente. I've also checked to make sure we are live on TikTok. We are live on TikTok as well. That's also very great. Great to see. We really have. So yeah, we're going to be talking about Aquadream today, guys, as we usually do here on the channel here as well. That's kind of our thing. It's kind of our company. We're talking about Aquadream. We're talking about aquariums, talking about various products that come along with said aquariums as well. I'm trying to get the live streams up and running on Instagram and YouTube. There, I got the one live on YouTube here. There we go. All right, and we're good. We're ready to roll. So yeah, guys, today we're going to be talking again, like I said, about some of our products. We're going to also just chat with you guys as well to get a better idea of what you guys want to see on the channel here as well. I got tons of products here to check. You guys check out if you are so curious. Let me just stack them all up because we got so many of these things. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 things right here. For you guys to check out if you're curious, if you want to know more about this stuff. There's all on our website, also on our TikTok shop as well. Holding a lot of different. Got a lot of different things coming in for you guys here today. So level with the ground. Thanks for coming by the live stream. Hope you're having a good day. See there, Doobie as well. See what you did there. I see that. I see what you did there. Yeah, guys, we got tons of stuff we're going to be talking about today. Again, if you guys are curious or want to know more about what we are about when it comes to Aquadream, feel free to let me know in the chat. Of course, a follow and a like is always greatly appreciated, as it keeps us up to date with knowing what you guys like, and also get you guys up to date when it comes to information and what we do, in case we do like any kind of more live streams. We should do live streams every week. Every weekday we do a live stream, or when we ever have like a new sale, new promotion, new products that come in. We'll make sure to have them on our TikTok shop, on our YouTube, on our Facebook, you know the main ones out there. Make sure we're all on the same page and letting you guys know what we're all doing here for Aquadream related greatness here. Canopy Lane, thanks for coming by the live stream as well. Greatly appreciate you. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. No pun intended on that one. That's a little early for a Good Friday, right? I think Good Friday is like in April, if I remember correctly, right? For like the whole like Ash Wednesday, Good Friday, that whole thing. You know what I'm talking about? Someone in the chat probably knows, right? Andy, thanks for coming by the live stream as well. Appreciate you. I got to get set up with one more thing over here, just to make sure I got everything I need. Let's do this. Do this right here. Well, anybody got any plans for the weekend? Got a lot of stuff going on. I'm excited for the weekend. One, it looks like the weather's going to be kind of nice up here in this greater Seattle area, so I'm going to definitely get myself out. I'm going to try to touch some grass. I'm going to try to, live life outside of the house a little bit here, All that good stuff. And everything in between. Oops. Make sure I type this in properly here. Yeah, we're going to be talking about this tank here in particular. If you guys have any questions about it, feel free to let me know. I see you over there. Batman for real. We got the real Batman in chat. Wow. Never would have thought. Actual Batman coming into the chat. That's quite incredible. You try to get the proper tank selected here. Oh gosh, I need to click through all of these, don't I? There. I believe we are having this one. Yes. Okay, click through a bunch of times here. Oh my gosh. This may turn out to be way more difficult than it needed to be. Okay. Let's open up this one right here. Just so I have a little bit of information to roll off with you guys as well. So therefore I can clearly state facts without being misinformed, because I don't want to do that to you guys. I want to make sure everything I say to you guys is factual, it's true, it's accurate, to the best of my knowledge and capabilities, right? You don't want to give any fake news out here in the aquarium world. That's something that we definitely cannot have. No. You might get away with other places in the world, but not here. Not with our aquariums. Only the truth matters here for our aquariums. So we can probably start talking about, let's get the show rolling here when it comes to talking about this aquarium in particular, right? So this is a saltwater reef aquarium that we have currently working with us in front. We actually recently just refilled it. You might notice the water looks probably a little bit clearer than last time. Well, it's because we added some water down below right here. Super easy. You have nice little levels that are marked off down below right here, letting you know what level your water is at and where it should be. It was kind of hanging around like the 4th bar, if I remember correctly. So we leveled it up back up to here at the top of the measurement line right there. So make sure that's a healthy amount of water. It was a simple, just make sure you get some nice clean water and just kind of fill that tank back up. And that's all you had to do. That's all we had to do today to make sure that we had nice clean water for our little fishies in here. And of course, yeah, when it comes to, like, say if you wanted to pick up one of these tanks, right? The big thing is that it's kind of an all-in-one kind of deal, right? Like everything you get, everything that you need when it comes to having a properly running tank, well, it comes with a purchase over here from Aquadream when it comes to picking up a tank. So like everything that's included with the tank is your all-in-one purchase, ships, complete with a 95, or sorry, well, not script, I'm reading it's a 95 gallon tank, but I believe this one's about 130, 140 if I remember correctly with this specific tank. But the interesting thing about most of our tanks too is that they all relatively function about the same, right? It just depends more about like what kind of color and size that you want for it. So like all of our reef tanks like this generally look about the same. They just come a little some smaller, some bigger, some in different types of colors. Like this one's our matte gray finish. We also have like a all white one. We have a little black one as well. Just to let you know that we have a good amount of variety for you guys if you guys want to check out all that kind of stuff. All right, so I want to do a quick little check to make sure our friends are streaming over here on Instagram, and we are. Hey, I'm seeing some familiar faces in the chat there. I'll give you some waves. Hey, there you go. Appreciate you guys. Let's see if I can find a way to pull up the Instagram chat on desktop. It seemed to be a little tricky for me right now. So I'm sorry if I'm missing you guys' chats on Instagram. Actually, probably what I could do is this. I'll just flip you guys around. How about that? That way I can read your guys' chats. Well, also, doing a good live stream of goodness, right? Of course. We'll just switch you guys around over here. What a better way to spend the Friday night? Got off work, ready to live life. It's the freaking weekend. I'm about to have me some fun. Now, fun being Aquadream, of course. No other way. That's how we do. That's how we roll out here, man. You know. But yeah, so when it comes to like this tank in particular, right? So it comes with one pre-built, fully assembled matte finish cabinet, as you can see right here. We do have some other kind of finishes. We have like some more glossy ones as well. Eduardo, I see you there over on YouTube. Thanks for coming by. I like the fish. Oh, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. We'll definitely zoom in a little bit in a minute here, get a better view of what the fish are, and maybe even give you guys a chance to name some of the fish. I'm just saying. You know, let the chat run wild today, you know. It's Friday, we go crazy. But yeah, so you get you get the caviar here, you get the tank that comes with this as well. And what comes with the entire process inside of the system down below, right? You get a whole entire filtration system. Comes with a protein skimmer, sump filtration system. All of this is pretty easy to install. How many fish do we have? Actually, I've never really counted. Let's see, because I know I got some names for some of the fish in here. Because we got George, or we got Oliver over here. He's swimming around. We have George. We got Dory. That's 3. We also have Jack. He's a little camera shy right now because he has white stripes. Jack White, white stripes. You get it. Okay, right. We also have Nemo because he's a clownfish. And then we do have 2 other fish, right? We have kind of like a blue and orange one. I've never really figured out what that fish is all about, what their name should be, really. If you guys want, I'll bring you guys closer to the chat here in just a minute. And then we do have like this little tiny blue and yellow guy right here. I'm not really quite sure what to call him. Maybe just because I'm not quite sure what species of fish he is. But maybe I'll just pull you guys up. We'll see what that was. You want to check out what the fish look like? I'll give you guys a close look here. Let's pull you guys close. Let's get you up close and personal with all our little fishies here. To get a chance to, one, get a close up look at what it's like to have such amazing little fishies in an amazing little tank. Right? I know, right? My guys. Well, let's go. I'm trying to fit you guys all properly here in the right location. All that good stuff. There we go. And something about just watching fish just kind of do their thing. It's just kind of nice. Yeah, it's kind of cool to just chill and watch some fishies. You know, there's just something to it. Other people might not get it. But hey, we're on Fish Talk. If you found us, that means you're on Fish Talk. You get it. You get the idea. You know what's up. Whoa! Almost dropped you guys over there on Instagram. That would have been a terrible thing. Let me flip the camera around here a little bit. Almost had a technical failure on the stream here, guys, but we're good. Let me tighten that up a little bit. There we go. All right. You get a chance to see what our fish are all about. Again, if you guys have any names for our fish, feel free to let us know. Hey. Looks a little empty. Let me fill it up. Eduardo over here is like, I got some fish. I got you covered. We can do some fish stuff. Celeb cutting up. Thanks for coming by. Robert Goss, thanks for coming by as well. Margot Mulligan, if I pronounce it correctly. Hopefully you can see enough there, Eduardo, when it comes to all our good fishies. Got little fishy characters here. But yeah, we're just kind of vibing. Shuts, if I pronounce that correctly. Thanks for coming by the live stream. Hope you're having a great day. We have Wicked Torch Scented Candles just joined. That's a wicked. Oh, wicked. He's like wicked Ed. I get it. You'll give me a name. You'll give me a name. Yeah. Let me give you some name suggestions right here. So you'll probably see like this little guy over here. I'm not quite sure what to name this guy. Oh, there comes Jack. He saw. There's like, I call this one Jack because he's got white stripes. He's a pretty chill guy. He just kind of floats around, does his thing, doesn't get too crazy. George, on the other hand, that blue fish right in the middle, he's kind of hiding in the middle of rocks right now. He's a little camera shy. He can be a bit of a jerk. You know? He's very much like, back up, this is my stuff kind of vibe. And it's like, come on, man. We're all in this tank together. You don't need to be so pushy. You know what I mean? Sometimes fish can be like that. The real Matt Croc, thanks for coming by. Serbius, if I pronounced that correctly, thanks for coming by. Glock Dog. Oh, we got one, Jeffrey. This guy's got a Glock. But he has a dog that makes him a nice guy. Slim, thanks for coming by the live stream. Richie Finest, thank you very much for coming by. May I name one of them Huggy Wuggy? Huggy Wuggy. You know what? I can go with that. Like the little blue one over here, this guy. We can call him Huggy. Sure, I'm down with that. I'm cool with that for being a name for our little fishy fish. Anyone else agree? And then we got some people in the chat. What's up, Huggy? But he doesn't really, he's pretty, I should have assumed genders here, but that fish is a very, he's pretty solitary. Oh, yeah, sorry, we got this kind of like purple and gold one that's like right over here. That guy, he's a sneaky one. He's real shy. I don't see him come out much. He likes to hang around on the rocks and just be real quiet and like to stay to themselves. What's a good I'm thinking like a good like emo name. Can we call him Gerard? Right, for like My Chemical Romance, the singer for that band is Gerard Way. So he's kind of like the emo one. He's like, no, just leave me alone. I want to be in my room. Leave me alone. Oliver's getting a little spicy over here. He's trying to get in front of the camera. I definitely notice that when I'm up here live streaming, chatting with you all, standing in front of the tank, that the fish get I think they get a little overwhelmed and like they kind of hide behind some rocks. But when I'm kind of have it set up like this, where I'm just kind of all cameras on them, and I just kind of hang back a little bit, they get a little more, I guess the word's friendly. I had 2 fish, but died because of my brother. Oh no! What? Like, do you care to explain like exactly what happened there, Eduardo? Siblings can definitely get in the way of things for sure when it comes to having pets. Fed them too much? Oh, they gave them too much love. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. Remember my brother used to terrorize my sister because my sister really wanted to have a pet hamster. But she was way too young to have one, and my mom kept giving her a pet hamster. And I think my sister probably went through like 4 hamsters because she was like 10. I'm like, we're all like, what are you doing to these animals? Your brother almost died? Oh my gosh. What happened? If you don't mind me asking. If you say like I don't want to talk or don't want to, don't worry about it. Did he almost overfeed himself? Sorry, that's probably a little too dark. I mean, don't we all almost die every day by driving to work, pretty much? You get one bad swipe from a reckless vehicle, and you know what happens? Bad things. I drive an I-5 in Seattle. I know what's going on there. It's a dangerous road. He was just at doing a backflip and fell on his head, and the metal part of a bed frame. Oh, dang! Definitely come across that. Haven't had anything that severe happen before, but definitely, jumping on the bed, hitting your head, or doing something kind of, landing in not quite the right space. Definitely have had that happen before too. When it comes to when I was younger. We used to actually do my brother and I used to be really big in wrestling, like WWE stuff kind of back in the day. So we always practice WWE moves, and we do it on my mom's bed because she had a king size bed. But there was a couple times I would throw my brother and he would hit his head on something, start crying, and then yeah. Oh, you think he got brain damage? Oh wow. He was just doing bed and blade. Wow. That's a hard landing then. Jeez. Hit around the bed frame there. Dang. Is he doing all right now, though? He's doing all right now? Okay, good. Glad to hear. I didn't want to have to be, I didn't want to have to give him five big booms, if you know what I mean, from the Costco guys and their live stream. I don't know if you guys ever saw that from like the Costco guys on TikTok. They're like, boom! They were like doing a live stream, like, oh, hey, what's up to me? Oh, your brother died. Oh, I'm so. Or I was like, oh man, your friend died. Oh, sorry to me. Well, your friend gets 5 big booms, right? 5 booms, boom, 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 boom. You're like, dude, you're like giving this guy big booms for like, like grieving over like a sibling's death. I know, yeah, it's all over the internet. If you want to look it up, you can find it. I won't delve too much into it. Because really we're talking about aquariums. Right. Aquadream stuff. You know, the brand stuff, you know, all this up there. Aquadream, you know. I'm not trying to get 5 big booms. Maybe I do need to get like a catchphrase like that for these live streams. You get me to hold more people if I'm just going like boom, boom, boom. Oh, no, that'd be way too cringe, though. We don't want that. No one wants to see that. But yeah. Anyway, so you can kind of see a better idea like what we got going on with the fishies here. Like with our tanks, they are, like I said earlier, they're all-in-one encompassing purchase. So if you want to pick up a tank, everything else that you need to have that tank run comes with the tank. So what you get mailed to you, it's like everything you need gets set up right there. Right, it's kind of almost like an IKEA thing. If you guys ever gone out to IKEA to pick up any furniture, you know, IKEA comes with all the screws. It comes with all the screwdrivers and stuff like that, all the wood parts you ever need. Same kind of idea, but here with Aquadream in our aquariums, where it's a all-in-one system, right? Everything you need comes with them as well, like a sump system, protein skimmers. We also get you the lights that we have above our tanks as well, which are fully customizable. You can get those. We at least get one that comes with the tanks. It's also a pretty high quality build as well. You can probably tell by just looking at this glass. This is a tempered glass that's made in Taiwan, but reinforced with German silica that will make it so the glass will be much more resistant against any kind of scratches or anything like that. You know what I mean? I had a big dog that always bites my brother's butt. I mean, I know dogs eat a lot of weird stuff, but, you know, eating butt's a little different. That's a little different, man. Was he like everything? He was like, ah, pinche perro. No. Kidding, of course. I kid. I joke. But ran away? The dog ran away? Oh, no. What kind of dog was it? Was it kind of like a stray? Or just kind of, or was it like your family dog or anything like that? I have a dog of my own, a bulldog. Oh, those are just lovable dogs right there. I have a dog of my own as well. It's like a red lab golden retriever mix, and he is just the goodest of boys. But he's very much a people dog. He doesn't really care much about hanging out and spending time with dogs, but he definitely likes spending time with my wife. Cannot leave her side ever. He is obsessed with her. Everywhere she goes, he goes. I'm a little hurt, you know. I put so much time and effort to love this dog, and it all goes to my wife. I'm just saying. My dad is almost richer than my mom. Oh, really? Well, that's interesting, Eduardo. Was your dad like run stocks or something? Almost richer. The infer that someone's richer, it infers that you have to be rich in the first place. See, I'm not quite there. Working on it. The master plan is constantly in effect. But yeah, you can kind of guys get an idea of like what the tanks look like and things like that as well. We're gonna back you guys up a little bit here to then I can show you guys about our other products that we have here for Aquadream. Yeah, let me just kind of back up your guys' cameras here a little bit. Oh, I'm about to knock something over, it sounds like. No, we're good. It works almost until it's night. I'm kind of in that same boat right now. I work until 8 p.m. every day here. But you know what? That's because the fish never rest. Well, they do, but the fish sales never, the aquarium sales never rest. You know what I mean? Of course the fish rest. If they didn't, that would be a very concerning situation with your fish. You know? All right. Okay, now that I got you guys all situated here. We can also talk about various other different types of products. Oh my god, I'm sorry for you guys over on Facebook. You got a face full of me in there. That's probably really something you don't want to see right now. You know. But yeah, so we can kind of chat about different types of things when it comes to the various products that we have. I did have a video go live on YouTube and Instagram. There's some issues with it on TikTok. It'll eventually go up soon enough. But it was highlighting. Actually, I'll show you guys this thing right here. You kind of pull this around. Right here. Oh, that came on down a little bit. We're good. This is our fish tank magnetic brush. Now, it's probably not doing a great job of showcasing everything it does because, well, it's already clean. So I can't really show you how well it cleans when it's already clean. I subscribed. Well, thank you so much, Eduardo. I really appreciate that. That goes a long way. Talking about that as well, if you guys, anyone here is new to the chat or channel, make sure to tap like, helps us out with the algorithm. Give us a follow. Make sure you stay up to date whenever we go live, which is every Monday through Friday around the same time as well. To make me happy, well, you're making my job look better than Eduardo. Plus, if everyone follows and likes, you're making my job look a lot better. A lot better. But yeah, so yeah, back on topic when I was talking about this magnetic brush right here. You can see it stays on pretty well. Not going to be flying around or anything. It's pretty well attached. And as you can see, the fish are swimming right next to it. They're not too bothered by it either. You got to go, Eduardo. Right. Adios, amigo. Thank you much for coming by, man. Appreciate it. Oh, look at a couple of friends. We got Jack and George checking us out over here. What's up, guys? How you guys doing today? Doing good? I think a lot of them notice that, like, whenever I scrape off the glass, they get like, "Ooh, it's snack time." And so whenever I'm moving this thing, they're like, "Ooh, snacks." You know, kind of like a dog. Whenever you like go to like your little snack bin, right? Or whenever you go to the kitchen, they just kind of sit out there like, "Hey, can I get some snacks?" You know, it's like that. Oh, what's up? What's up, Jack? How you doing, man? You doing good? Just kind of checking us out, seeing what the stream's all about. We got George here. What's up, George? Hey guys, how you doing? That's kind of the fun thing about having an aquarium as well, especially with an Aquadream aquarium, is that you get like super close-up visuals of like all these animals, right? Or so many times like animals are so skittish and like don't like want you to be near them that like you don't really get a chance to really appreciate like the details of them, right? They're different types of like the colorization of them, the spotting and stuff like that, their habits and things. It's just kind of cool to check out. But yeah, and so kind of go back on topic here. What I was talking about with like this magnetic brush right here. Oh, this is a fresh brush. I may have not opened this one up before. Do I have a knife or anything sharp I can use to cut this open? Actually, I got another one right over here. Give me a second, everybody. All right. Here we go. All right. So, it is a fish tank magnetic brush. This is our large version. We do have a medium and a small version that goes along with these as well. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to spook y'all. Coming at various price points, I believe the large one, which is this one right here, comes in at $150. We have a medium one that comes in at 100 and a small one that comes in at 50. But they're the exact same thing. They just come different sizes. So you see one of them, you've seen all three of them, right? If you want to get a closer look at exactly what the scrubber has to offer, look, I got an extra one here just to showcase you guys. How cool is that, right? I wonder if I can actually rest this like up on here. Like, no, that's way too much. What if I do this? I can set it up like that. So hopefully you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about here. So, on the inside of the glass, right, inside of the tank, in the water, you have this end right here. This is your scrubby end that kind of gets off everything. Really, that came off weird. That gets everything off of the glass, right? It's more specifically that it's more actually like this kind of almost like you know how there's like a Velcro, right? That has like a tactile, like sticky end and a felt end. That's kind of the same idea, but we've got with these. So this is kind of like the scrapey side of things, where like this Velcro like material will kind of help actually really scrape off a lot of things. Where this blade definitely helps out as well. It's just that the blade kind of does a little bit more, just kind of, if anything, it's a little more difficult to get off or anything. You kind of scrape off a little bit, and then this kind of does like the mass amount of cleaning, where this kind of just does like a little kind of scraping effect. So it's kind of like two cleaning styles in one when it comes to these. On the other hand here, you have the outside of the glass you would have, and this would be much more like almost like a, you guys remember like those whiteboard erasers, right? Those big ones. You kind of just kind of go over the whiteboard and get everything off. Same kind of idea, but with this. And you can see it's a much more like felt type of soft material. Crazy thing about it though is that very strong magnet. Very, very strong magnetism with this. I can kind of try to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here. I'm gonna try to, actually I should do it this way, because I don't want the prickly end to land on my hand and crush my fingers, but like you can kind of get an idea here of the strength of the magnet. It is crushing my fingers pretty bad, but you can see, okay, so obviously it's hanging on right there. That thing's not coming off. That's not moving. This isn't fully attached to the other side using full magnetism. This is just gonna stay on no matter what. Earlier I accidentally had these two sides combined, and it was so difficult to get it open that we actually had to use like a screwdriver to kind of pry it open, just because it was so difficult to get them apart. That's how strong the magnet is in this thing. So basically, you'll never have it like floating around randomly and you'll lose it, and it's very difficult to get back, right? This thing, it's a very strong magnet. Oh my gosh. Like you can see, hopefully right here, that it is not budging at all. It's barely touching the other side, if you can kind of see right here. Like my hand is in between it, and it's not budging. We have an Amber Alert coming in through our phones here. My apologies. Okay, it looks like we're good everywhere else. Yeah. Over here as well. But you know how Amber Alerts are. They kind of just like jump in randomly and will derail whatever you're doing. But whatever. Back to talking about our amazing magnetized scraper here. As you can see, okay, I had to give my fingers some rest. That is a lot of pressure on my fingers right there. They don't play around, man. This is a very, very strong magnet. Very easy to get all your gunk off. Like I said, I have a video that's live on YouTube and on Instagram. It'll go up out on TikTok later as well, for you to get a chance to see like exactly like quick little 20-second video to get a chance to see like what exactly how well this thing actually cleans things off. And let me tell you, like, I saved the sides of the glass here because I knew they were pretty murky, right? They didn't look very good. I was like, okay, that's gonna be excellent. That's some content right there for sure. Right. I should got miscolored. Make sure it wasn't like any kind of anything weird. I go. We're good. We're good. Yeah. That's a lot of what we're got going on here today. So we can probably go back into talking about what this tank has to offer, right? When it comes to like the design of this tank, it's a pretty nice design that we have for it. In particular, this is a first-class tank. It is made with high-quality, low-iron, ultra-clear, temperate glass, transparent glass. Sorry, words can be tough sometimes. This crystal glass can withstand damage and impact over time in a busy home or an office, like we are right here in an office. It is extremely resistant to scratches, fingerprints, smears, acidic, alkalis, things like that. Oh, look at that little Nemo guy trying to get up there, trying to splash around a little bit of water. The visible light transparency is very high. 99% of the light coming through this glass will get to you, meaning that it's going to be almost invisible when it comes to how clear this glass is. It's very durable, will withstand the test of time, reinforced like a German silica, that it will make sure that it's resistant to any kind of erosion or any kind of scratches, any kind of damage, anything like that. It will be ready. Oh, Facebook, you guys are facing the absolutely wrong direction. Is this the Facebook one? No. Facebook is over here. No. This is Facebook. That should be Facebook, right? Yep, that's one's Facebook. Okay, good. The Amber Alert must have flipped the... No, you guys are facing the right direction. That's YouTube. That must have been the Amber Alert that flipped you guys the wrong way here. Hi. If you guys are back around here, rotate you all. There we go. You gotta make sure you guys can see. You gotta make sure you know what's going on when it comes to our aquatic adventures over here. You can kind of see, especially with this magnets. It is very well put together. But you can kind of see over here, like I'm trying to scrape off this part right here. Then probably what really does the cleaning is the kind of more Velcro side, where like the scraper kind of just does a little bit. What's up, Jack? You're like, hey, give me some more of those snacks. I think these guys are hungry. I think that's what's going on. Give you guys some. Let me get you guys some fish food here. You guys need some snacks. Clearly, some of you guys are hungry. You give these guys some food. Why not? We can probably dust a little bit up here. See if they go for them. I know our little clownfish friend want to eat them up. George is definitely hungry. Look at him go. George and Dory. Jack's kind of interested in it. Like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Now to make sure we got enough food for all the other kind of fish that might be interested in stuff. I'm curious. This should be fine. I mean, look, I think we fed these fish this food before. I just want to make sure. Yeah, they'll be fine. Oh yeah, our little Nemo friend up there is having the time of his life up there, snacking away. I definitely fed these fish this food before. There we go. You guys are hungry. Look at them go. Jack is just slurping it up. Look at you guys go. You're a wild bunch over here, guys. Oh yeah, it is feeding time here. These guys are hungry. they skipped breakfast and they went straight. You know, it's like one of those times when you don't have, when you skip out on breakfast in the morning before you get to work, and you have like a light lunch, and by the time you get home, you're just starving. So that's kind of what these guys are feeling right now. They are hungry. I try to mix up a little bit because we have like larger food pellets, and then we also have like kind of smaller little pellets. I know our little friends right here, and also Nemo up there, definitely appreciate the smaller flakes, where our bigger boys like George and Jack and Oliver, and also Dory over here, definitely appreciate the larger size bits. Make sure I move that. I'm gonna move this scraper out of the way so you guys get a better visual of the whole thing as well. I'm gonna rotate this around like so. There we go. I should probably move you guys a little closer so you guys get a better visual, but it looks like when the fishies are snacking, when they're snacking around up here. Make sure all our fishy friends are being well fed. Maybe you guys all properly in the correct location here. There we go. This one's super lopsided. Okay, so I can like straighten this thing out a little bit. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Try to give you guys a nice little visual of like the little feeding section that we got going on here for our friends in the aquarium here. XV, thanks for coming by the live stream. I'll see you there. Mick Cutler, thanks for coming by. I'll tap you a little like there, a little wave saying hello. Appreciate you. You guys can see the fish going in action here. So the great thing also about the our tanks here, that you can feed them a lot of food, and the great thing about it is that like our filtration system is so great that like you can just feed them however you like, and then the water will, if there's any kind of debris or anything that's kind of like in the water, when the filtration system catches it, it will then get filtered out properly. So then you have maintain clear, clean water while you're still able to, feed your fish at a regular schedule and make sure that they are just happy little fish that are swimming around and enjoying their lives, Our little Nemo friend over there, he's snacking as much as he could right now. So you don't have to worry about too much about like extra food just kind of floating around or anything like that, because your sump down below does a really great job. As in like specifically with our aquariums, they arrive with a sump system perfect for perfect for optimally filtering your coral reef tank as well. So the system includes a filter sock unit, a protein skimmer with general use section as well, and a top of a reservoir for a section on top of that. And also you get to choose one section for your own preferences, so you can customize how your experience however you like as well when it comes to our tanks, and make sure that they function properly for you all out there. Because you want to make sure that whenever we give you guys a good product, that it's something you're going to be enjoying, right? And also, it's everything that you ever need for a tank comes with a purchase here over at Aquadream. It's all comes included, all in one kind of type of purchase. Have your tank be up and ready as soon as it comes to your door. It's up, ready, and built, and ready to go. We also get into various other types of things like the ease of use plumbing that comes with our tanks as well. So our complete system includes all pipes required for your plumbing needs, whether your tank is set up for salt or fresh water. It's easy to install, and adjustable pumps provide an optimal water flow between the sump and the tank as well. So a lot of good options there for you guys. if you are so interested in checking out what we have to offer here at Aquadream. I'm going to back you guys up a little bit. We had a chance to appreciate a little bit of feeding frenzy, if you will, when it comes to our fishy friends up here. They seem to have their own, they seem to have their fill of all the food, but we'll make sure that they stay nice and full in the future as well. We'll raise your guys up a little bit here. Make sure we're all properly angled. Oh, there we go. Lovely up here as well. There we go. And also here. Love you guys. Oh, I almost lost you guys there. Keep you guys in the loop here. Oh my goodness. People on Facebook are losing your minds over here. I apologize. Getting the most amount of motion sickness possible. Hopefully we're still live over there. It says we're still live, so that's good. Works for me. Okay. So, we also talk about some of our other different types of products that we have here at Aquadream. You do have pumps like this. Like this is a low-level suction water pump here that will do a great job of capturing all the water out of one section to another GL, so you need to have that water flow. And if your water levels are a bit low, don't worry, this thing does a great job of pulling water from underneath. As you can see right here, this is the basic design of it. We have multiple variations of this to fit your tank properly. I think our lowest one's like 40 GHP up to like 1400 GHP or something like that. Pretty good variety of them, so the water will flow from underneath the pump, fly out of here to your upper location you want your water flow to go to. Comes with multiple different types of nozzles to fit in here as well, so then it can fit into your tank just fine. No concerns there, of course. Everything will be running nice, smooth, and fine. So you can see, like, for example, for this one in particular, this one I believe is our, let's say it, usually we mark them exactly which one this is exactly. Doesn't really say, but that's okay. So we have a lot of different types of wattages when it comes to these as well, because of course every tank is different. Everyone's setup is a little different. So then you want to make sure that you have everything as would fit your tank the best, right? So we have our lowest wattage of one of these right here is a 9-watt version. Obviously this is a much bigger version I'm showing you guys here. We also do have a 25, 40, 60, 75, 90, and 120 watt version. This is our 120 watt version right here. So definitely a big, considerable size difference, but obviously between, it's a gradient kind of thing where some get bigger, some get larger, you know. So some are bigger, some are smaller, you know, you get the picture, right? Recently I did upload a video on whatever platform you're currently watching right now. You can find a video detailing everything you need to know about these pumps in about 20 seconds. I have it uploaded here on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all your typical locations to make sure that it's up and running and looking just as fine as you want it to look, right? Of course. Of course, if anyone here is in the chat hanging out, I do appreciate you taking time out of your day. Make sure you tap follow so you catch us next time whenever a live stream goes live, or catch any kind of updates like a deal or sale or anything like that, or any kind of promotion we're doing. Definitely let you guys know here on social. If you guys want to support us a lot, give us a like on whatever platform you guys are watching on, or whichever platform you're watching on. Because at our level, we're trying to build up something special here, and so at every like really does make a big difference for us here at Aquadream. We're making sure that our algorithm gods will treat us fairly, right? Plus, it makes my job makes me look better at my job too. You know. Oh man. I do see that our reel of our most recent reel talking about our little scrubby brush here is doing pretty well for itself over there on Instagram. So glad to see that. Appreciate you guys' engagement, especially over there on Instagram. And we can also check it out here on YouTube and see what's going on with that as well. I'm just kind of curious what the performance is like right now. That's a fun thing about you doing social media is you get that instant gratification of knowing, okay, this just got uploaded. How is it performing right away? You know. And people in the comment section for better or for worse, we'll definitely let you know if they like it. You know? We got probably more details about this tank as well. So if you want to talk about a complete description about what this tank has to offer for everybody here. So this tank is a complete all-in-one system that supports coral reef, saltwater aquariums, or can also be utilized for freshwater aquariums. So it's not too specific, it just comes down to your preference of which one you would like more, right? The low iron glass is both rimless and seamless, and offer a sleek modern design that will look great in anyone's home or office. The tank is wide enough to provide ample aquatic landscaping options for you guys. Multiple sump components to optimize ease of use, and all pipe shapes. All pipe shapes. Yeah, I'm thinking shapes. It's right down here shifts, but I'm pretty sure they meant shapes. The random flow return pump outlet allows for superior water distribution as water flows from the sump to the tank. The adjustable water return pipe gives you complete control over your tank's needs. This is perfect base for your ideal aquarium. I definitely agree with that. Yes. I might be a little biased on that, but that's personally what I thought. That's my thoughts on it. Take it what you will. It might be a little biased, but this is how I feel about it. Of course, also, when you buy into these tanks, it is a bit of an investment, right? You're kind of like taking your hobby up to the next level, right? Or taking up your ambience, the visuals of your room to the next level when you get a tank like this, right? And it's it can be, well, you want to make sure that when you do make that kind of investment that there is follow-up to it, right? And that's where we have one, customer service. I'm pretty sure it'll beat most big name tank companies out there, because if you give us a call, you'll be talking to an actual person. Or even if you DM us here on social media, you'll likely be talking to me or anyone else, like an actual person. You won't be getting bot responses. You won't be given, if you call, you won't be having to run through so many different types of bot voice checks to make sure that you're an actual human, and so you actually talk to a real person. You get in contact with us, you'll get into contact with an actual human. So there's a little bit of benefit to that. I know it doesn't sound like, it doesn't really help out the product directly, right? But it definitely helps out knowing that you're going to be in good hands if you pick up one of these aquariums, because you'll be able to have like an actual person interact with you. It's quite nice. But also when it comes to, say if anything goes wrong, which it shouldn't, but just in case anything does, we do have warranties with our products. We do have a 3-year warranty, as well as a premium customer service along with it. All electrical components come with a 1-year warranty, and with all spare parts, they are free for under warranty for a lifelong time right there. So you got any spare parts you need to get replaced, just hit us up. We'll send you a new one, right? You made the investment with us to pick up one of these tanks, so we're going to make the investment with you as being, respectable, consumer to customer to company, little variations there, right? Of course. And so, our shipping is pretty well done. For example, our shipping will take 3 to 7 business days, so it won't take too long for you guys. And it is free shipping. That's right, free shipping. You don't pay that extra fees right there. We got you covered when it comes to that. Because like I said, if you wanted to make the dive, pun intended, when it comes to picking up one of our tanks, we want to make sure that, we'll get you covered there for sure. And of course, our tanks come in a lot of different variations, and it really kind of comes down to 2 things: color and size. Other than that, the functionality of our reef style tanks, or also our freshwater style tanks, are basically the exact same. The inside parts of it are basically all the same. Really, where the only difference comes in is just that your visual preferences, really. Like for this one example, it has a gray matte metallic finish to it. We have tanks like this that come in all black. They also come in all white as well. We also have variations of white with gold trim. We have like a kind of like a wooden ivory color with a black trim on that one. We have like a black one with a redwood trim. So a lot of different variations, and also just kind of like a wood looking one as well. Just kind of depends on the preference of what you like, right? But basically what I'm saying, like every spec that I brought to you guys here within this live stream about what our tank actually is about, well, you basically copy paste that to all of our other tanks. That's pretty much the nice thing about that. When you're browsing through our tanks, there really isn't anything like mechanically different between them. It really just kind of comes down to color and size. That's the main difference right there. So you know that we have that consistency that, you know, you just kind of find exactly what fits your need the best, right? What price point fits you the best, right? Oh, you have apologies. We also do have a payment plan option with you guys as well, if you guys are so curious and want to, you know, can't buy it all at once, but then you can also just kind of pick up here and there. We have payment plan options for you guys as well. With I think we have 0 APR for the first year. Yeah, I see we have veggies are good for you. Thank you very much for that follow over on TikTok. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. That was very nice of you. Yeah, we do some stuff out here. You have is that our first time coming by the stream here, Veggie? Your first time hearing about us? Was it just the stylish shirt that got you to tap follow? Was it the wonderful tank that got you to follow? Or was it just a fantastic personality? I'm kidding. It's a joke. Yes, first time, definitely the shirt. Yeah, I had a feeling. I mean, like, you're like, oh, that's a nice blue. Like, you're like, I'm a big blue fan. That's a good blue. Yeah, you know, we're talking about a lot of other different stuff here. We also have like things like a submersible water pump. We have more than just tanks, and we have a tank. Think of like Hank Hill, right? Like I sell propane and propane accessories. I sell aquariums and aquarium-like accessories. Looking for a new protein skimmer for a 100-gallon tank? Well, you might be coming to the right place here, Veggie, because we have plenty of protein skimmers you'd be interested in. Actually, I could probably pull it up right here on our website. Let's see if we can find one exactly for you. Do the search bar. Do protein. And skimmer. Why are you looking for a new protein skimmer? Just kind of curious. Oh yeah, we have one just for you. We have a protein skimmer that works for a 100-gallon to a 210-gallon tank. Don't have one in the sump yet. Gotcha. Well, I mean, I don't mean to press the issue on you right now, but I'm looking at our website right now, and we have four protein skimmers that would fit your tank left. So if you're curious, I believe we either have it in our TikTok shop. If not, it's on our website for sure. Mainly just because I'm looking at it right now. It does come with free shipping. We also have like 24/7 customer service, right? Hassle-free returns, satisfaction guaranteed. That's what the website says at least. 100%. Love to see that, Veggie. But yeah, if I want to go into some like information about the protein skimmer, I can give you some stats here. I don't think I have one on me in here right now. No, I don't have one on hand. So you have to do a little head canon, a little theater of the mind to envision this protein skimmer. But you know, you kind of see one protein skimmer, you kind of see them all, right? So it really kind of comes down to having the right kind of deal or having the right kind of features for you, right? So it's, for example, like we have like 5 different bullet points that we have written up here on our website talking about the like honeycomb bubble plate that we have with this. It's the innovative design of our honeycomb bubble plate produces a steady flow of the bubbles and increases the reaction pressure in the division chamber. This all works together to efficiently separate organic material to improve water quality. For our second point here, we're talking about a large collection cup. as well. Saying the cross-shaped drainage design of the collection cup effectively gathers waste and suspends particles to streamline your aquarium maintenance process. This cup can be easily removed to discard and discarded when it's accumulated enough waste in there. And that's all kind of general, right? But this is kind of good stuff to know. Also talking about saying like what the outlet regulation valve that comes with a protein skimmer. So the water outlet adjustment valve effectively stabilizes the what word is this one? Fuselage, if I pronounced that correctly. Fuselage. That just broke my mind a little bit right there. Fuselage, if I pronounced that correctly. Does that sound right there, Veggie? Saying that the reduces noise and provides pieces of adjustments of water outflow as well. I also have anti-vibration rubber pad that comes with it. Effectively stabilizes the fuselage. Oh my god. Bruh. Fuselage. It has a rubber pad on it so it keeps it nice and quiet. External silencer with it as well. An attachment to the needle brush pump minimizes the noise, allowing the skimmer to work quietly. If you want to take a look, we can also kind of open this thing up a little bit as well. It's not the cleanest, but it's fully functional, you know? Thank God it's Friday. Oh my gosh, you're so right there, Veggie. I'm ready to start my weekend, you know? I need my weekend right now. I can probably get you, we'll since you're on here, Veggie, we're talking about protein skimmers. I'll get you looking at the one that's in here. Get a chance to look at what I'm talking about. Hopefully I'll drop you in the water here. You can't see it, and again, it's not the cleanest setup, but it will get the job done. Again, this is like, I just started working here a couple days ago, right? So this is when I walked in and started seeing. You can see like how the protein skimmer is kind of working on there. I apologize for the dirtiness a little bit. Definitely does not come in that dirty once you get one. Kind of tough to see it in action, but you can kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about here with the protein skimmer. Recently just added some new water in it, made this water looking extra clear for us here. But man, yeah, fish are still kind of snapping on some food here. I dropped some food in earlier in the water. They were going crazy for the food. Surprisingly, you just had like a few bites and like, okay, we're done. Well, now I got all this extra food just kind of floating around up here. For sure, thanks for that. Of course, Veggie, no problem. I'm here, man. I'm a man of the people. I'm here to spread the good word of Aquadream, USA.com. That's aquadreamusa.com, aquadreamusa.com. But yeah, that's kind of like about everything we got when it comes to the protein skimmers. And like I said, for the one that would fit your tank the best, we have 4 left in stock at the moment. 3 to 7, let me go back also when it comes to like shipping and all that other kind of stuff. So make sure I got all the information properly. Of course, if there's anything else you want to know specifically about it, please let me know. I'm just kind of currently looking at the specifications section right here. Saying that so it's a heavy bio load for 100 gallons, medium bio load at 150 gallons, and light bio load at 210 gallons when it comes to the protein skimmer. So the product size on this too, it will be 9.1 inches tall. You'll have 3.2 inches across and 20.9 inches tall. Sorry, my word. I've been on a hard Friday today. I'm sorry. I'm already on Saturday mentally. It feels like right now. You know. But hey man, I still got a couple hours left of the live stream. We're starting to be kicking it. We're starting to be vibing here. Doing just fine. If you're kind of curious, but yeah, let me know if you're kind of curious any kind of specific stats when it comes to the protein skimmer. Of course, you can find it all on our website and also on our TikTok shop here if you're curious to look more into it. And if anything in particular about our protein skimmers you want more knowledge on, you can always feel free to reach out to us here. Like send a DM here on TikTok. I'll likely respond to it, be the one that responds to it, and pass that message on to anybody else on the team who can maybe provide some more detailed information for you there. We also have like an email address. You can also call us on the phone as well. So there's multiple ways you can get a hold of us to be able to chat more about, playing out the options of what we have for protein skimmers and things like that. But Veggie, I do appreciate you taking the time out of your day, stopping by, say hi, chatting in the chat, because a live stream is not as much of a live stream unless just people to chat with and be streaming with, right? Because I can go live and just start talking and talking and talking, but that really doesn't have any beneficial value to it, right? But if I were being able to chat with actual people talking about real things, it helps, just makes the stream a little more enjoyable, helps just be more interactive and get a chance for me to kind of see like what people are looking for when it comes to amazing aquarium setups. Am I right? Am I right? Oh yeah, obviously, of course. Roger, thanks for coming by the live stream. Hope you're having a great one out there. TGIF, as Veggie said earlier, thank God it's Friday. Guys, got any plans for this weekend? I think I might go for a bit of a hike with the wife and the dog. We're up here in the greater Seattle area, so not too far away from the mountains and the woods and stuff like that, to where we can get a chance to experience some nature. Get a chance to touch some grass, unlike other kind of places and stuff like that as well. But yeah, so you're also going to talk about some other products that we have here as well, in case you're curious and want to know more about it. For example, we have this submersible water pump here. As you can probably assume, it's kind of similar to, this, as it pumps water, kind of self-explanatory there. But this one, it's fully submersible, right? So very low power consumption with it as well, so then it doesn't take up as an add to your power bill, because we all know utility companies like to charge extra whenever they can, right? So very low power consumption would be a very nice addition to anybody's aquarium there. So the switch to control the flow of water as well, and also adjustable base support with suction cups, easy to disassemble and clean as well, which that's always a nice thing too. Like you always want to have like the best possible product for yourself, right? But a lot of times with like products that are like super efficient or whatever like that, they can be kind of a hassle to work with, right? They can be difficult to clean, difficult to put together and things like that. That's kind of one of the things that we try to avoid when it comes to anything with Aquadream related stuff. Try to keep it straightforward and simple for you, so anybody out there can just jump in and start enjoying the hobby of having a nice little aquarium. Actually, let's see if we can open this up real quick without really damaging the packaging and all right here. So you guys can see what's cooking underneath the hood here. You can see it has the different types of funnels and stuff like that come with your submersible pump to be able to properly attach to whatever system you have for your tank. And then there's just the pump right here. That's all there really is. Not a whole lot to this, You can slap this to the side of whatever. With the suction cups right here, you can slap it on the side of glass or anything like that. As you can see, it's a nice it's a little cute little pump that packs a punch. A little pump that packs a punch. There you go. That's gonna be the next video for this thing. It's the pump that packs a punch. I'll write that one down, because this little submersible pump, it does have what's the knowledge on this thing? 22 watts. We do have bigger ones for these as well. A pretty wide range of different types of submersible water pumps. Kind of just whatever works best for your aquarium, right? You fit your needs right there. You can see right here, there's a little switch right here. You can kind of switch it around to turn it on and off right there. It has like the suction cups right there, so you can kind of just stick it right to the side of a glass or something like that, and it'll be doing just fine for you out there. But yeah, of course, the important thing about any kind of health when it comes to your tank is going to be also about breaking surface tension. A very underutilized thing when it comes to aquariums. I don't see a lot of companies talking about, but it's very important to break that surface tension when it comes to your aquarium. That's when I'm talking about surface tension. If anyone here is new, because I'm sure there's some people out there who are like, I'm just interested in tanks but don't know much about them. And I'm still learning too. It's always kind of a learning process when it comes to something like this. You can never know everything, but you can always know enough, if that makes sense. And one thing I was definitely looking into was surface tension, because a very important thing when it comes to the health of your aquarium is having that surface tension broken, meaning that basically what happens within the water, right? CO2 can build up and there's gases are released through the surface of the water. But say if your water is rather stagnant or there are things covering the water as well, like say maybe some algae or plant life or whatever it may be, you can have some issues with the water having so much tension that the gas actually can't really escape effectively through the membrane of the water right here. And that's where something like this comes in. Then we have our water, a wave maker is what we're calling it. Yeah, that's what it's called. The wave maker does a great job of, well, it does actually has a lot of different functionalities when it comes to the health and maintenance of your tank. I have one of these right here. If you guys are so curious, it's a little tricky to close, so that's why I just kind of left it open. But if you guys want to check it out right here, this is but this wave maker right here, I have the same thing holding right here, a brand new one, so you guys want to check that out. This wave maker here, as you can probably tell, you can adjust the intensity of the wave with this dial right here. You can change the timing on it. I have it upside down. You can change the mode of it, so you can have it function differently. You can have it go like in waves, I guess if you want to call it that, where it kind of just like spins at a certain cycle kind of thing. You can have it be continuous like we have right here. You can also set a timer on it. You can change the speed on it. You can also link it wirelessly with other wave makers as well, which again, having that continuity between the waves definitely will be very appreciated. The cool thing about it too is that it's not a permanent fixture on your tank. That's because, if you guys, I'm not sure if maybe you can see, but it's actually held together over here with a very strong magnet on the other side of the glass that just holds it in place. So it's not a permanent structure, because you're going to need to be able to find the sweet spot when it comes to your tank to create a proper circulation of water, so then your fish can properly enjoy a nice little current within your system. But why would your fish, getting back on track here, when I was talking about the surface tension and what this wave maker does actually a great job of is breaking that surface tension. You might see like the waves, some minor waves happening here, just minor disturbances like that can really go a long way when it comes to breaking that surface tension to make sure you're able to have enough off-gassing happening from the tank itself. We also be able to aerate it to add oxygen to it, so you can have a much more healthy experience when it comes to your tank right here. Also, a really great important feature when it comes to having a wave maker in with our setup. Actually, let me try to, since we're talking about the wave maker, I'll just kind of angle everyone just a little bit more so you can see it, just so we're all able to know what we're talking about here. There we go. Talking about this wave maker right here. The great thing about it too is that it also creates a current that will make it all the way through your tank right here. Basically, ours kind of runs through, almost does kind of like a U shape through the tank right here. As our little clownfish friend Nemo, as I like to call him, they just like to hang out here and swim against the current. I think I just do their thing. But so the great thing about that too is that since there is that current that is getting created, it gives your fish something to swim against, right? So give them something to just kind of stay active, stay mobile, right? Because if your fish don't come across anything that they need to swim against, they can get a little unhealthy. It's not really that good for them, right? You want to make sure that they are staying healthy, staying active, much like you and I. We need to get up, move around, stay active. I need to push myself a little bit more to do that, but you can see that a lot of our fish here look just as good as the day that we bought them, right? Because they're actively swimming constantly here to make sure that they are healthy, active fishies right here. Active, happy, healthy fishies. There we go. Another great thing about having a wave maker in your tank is that with this circulation that it creates, it also helps move around the temperature of the water as well, to have a nice even temperature throughout the entire tank. The great thing about that is that it avoids any kind of cold spots or even hot spots even. Therefore, your fish will be able to kind of move around however they please because they don't have any type of discomfort or anything like that. It's just like you and I. We have our own preferences of like how warm we like our house and stuff like that. Same kind of thing with this. Basically, think about it being able to maintain a nice 72 degrees inside your house. That's what this wave maker can do for them, pretty much. Another great thing is that since you have the circulation of water happening, that it does also reduce the amount of buildup that can happen with debris within the tank. Because obviously, that happens with the tank. That's why you got the protein skimmers. That's why you got the whole sump filtration system down below. So avoid any kind of buildup to make sure that constant circulation happens. But even then, even with the best system, buildup does happen, right? And so what the wave maker, what that does, it kind of keeps the water flowing, making so that things like debris can't settle as easily as before, right? Making it so then you have a nice, healthy experience for all your fishes. Iker, I see you back over there on YouTube. Sorry for the late response there. Hope you're still in the chat. Thank you much for coming by. Greatly appreciate it. Also, I just want to say, give a moment while we're talking in the chat here a little bit. Guys, if you are new to the channel, make sure to tap follow. Make sure you stay up to date with everybody. And also, if you want to help support the streams, make sure you tap like. Helps us out a lot, especially at our level. Every like really does count. It really does go really far away. So then all those famous algorithm gods will know that we're at Aquadream and we're doing something that people want to see, you know? Basically. I just realized that over here on TikTok, you guys are a little tilted. We don't want to see that. We don't want that. What is the little Dutch angle? Was this like some old school Batman episode? No, we can't have that. You know? So yeah, that's kind of about everything we can talk about when it comes to wave makers. I do want to make a video about it. We'll have a video about wave makers soon. That's a little like 20-second summary. I kind of went with like the whole life story of wave makers here, but like I said, we're going to be live streaming for another close to 2 hours here, so I got time to fill. You know? Of course, if you guys have anything you guys want to talk about in particular, feel free to let me know in the chat. Or you have any questions, or just want to talk about what your weekend's going to be like. For me, I'm going to try to see if we can get out over into the mountains here up here in the greater Seattle area. Definitely want to see if I can get like a nice little trail hike or something. Then you kind of mix it up and just do something, touch some grass, you know. Act like I'm going to be healthy for a day and then go back to just being a couch potato, you know. All that typical stuff. Right. Oh man, those typical days, those days for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the weekend. It's gonna be a good time. Definitely gonna enjoy it. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, we can talk about other things too. Like, we're talking about little fishes here. We've had these fish in this tank for quite some time. They have been through thick and thin with us here. Thick and thin as in the last 5 days I've been here. It's this thick and thin from there. But yeah, we're kind of going, I was kind of earlier in the chat, we were talking about different names that we can have for our fish. You know, if you guys have any fun names for your fish, let me know, because I definitely want to see, like, if you guys have any fun references, or just kind of fun casual names, or just wacky names, or anything like that. I know some people with their animals, they can get a little wild when it comes to their their naming conventions when it comes to their animals. So if you guys name your fish, let me know. And if so, like, what kind of names do you have for your fish? Be a fun discussion for sure. Just because, like, everyone's got their own thing, right? For me in particular, I have a dog at home, and when I named our dog Murphy, I wanted to name our dog Rory. Because I do like Irish names, because I do have a very strong Irish heritage. But my wife wasn't really digging Rory, just because it's like it's a bit of a tricky name to say, right? Rory. It's kind of like you have to like force it out. But Murphy, it just kind of it's a simple, nice little button to the beginning and end of it. Just flows really well. And I want to have a nice little Irish name for my animal, right? I think something like regular names for animals always found is kind of fun, just because like it just kind of adds a little more personality to them. And then I realized half of my friends, or like then I realized after naming my dog Murphy and he became accustomed to it, you know, we got dog tags and everything for him, that like I have like at least 5 other friends who have dogs that are named Murphy. So I was like, oh, I'm not original at all then. I thought I was being cool, going with some Irish heritage that I have, trying to figure out popular names from there that would work well for a dog. I think everyone else just kind of named their dog Murphy, probably just because of just like, I don't know, it's kind of a formal name, but it also has a bit of casualness to it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of overthinking it. But yeah. We're talking about naming for our animals here. I can probably showcase you guys if I want to pull you guys a little closer to the tank here. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Hopefully our fishies don't get too camera shy. They do tend to get a little self-conscious when they're in front of the camera here. But I think they'll come out of their cage in there. Well, hopefully not, because they would be dead then, because they would be in our tank. But you know what I mean. It was supposed to be a Mr. Brightside reference. That thing's got grim real quick there. Let me try to see if I can try to line everything up. Ooh, I'll probably get you guys a little closer there as well. Oof. This definitely needs to be screwed on better. Oh well. I'll probably zoom in for you guys here as well when it comes to this tank. There we go. I'll pull it down a little bit more so you get more tank rather than wall. And the same people over here. Oh my gosh, there we go. Okay. I thought Facebook said it wasn't streaming anything, but then I looked on the phone and it wasn't doing much. I was kind of curious what was going on there. But yeah. So this is kind of like the visual that I get from my office every day here. Get a chance to just hang out with the fish. And so I kind of came up with a few names for the fish. Let me know if you guys have better names or anything like that. You can see that little guy in the center of the rocks right there, kind of just hanging out. I kind of like the name of George, and he just because he looks like a George fish. I don't know why. I'm thinking George. There really isn't any kind of specific reason. I'm just thinking like a George. He looks like a George. That's what I'm saying. We have our little rainbow guy, a little purple and yellow guy you see also right below him. I don't really know much to call him. Now we trying to get some suggestions from chat earlier, and they couldn't really figure out a name for that guy. The one on the left that's blue and yellow, you might see the little guy swimming around there on the left side. Chat wanted to name him Huggy. And I was like, that works for me. He's a nice little guy. He likes to hang out more by himself. He's more of a recluse kind of fish. But, he'll hang out. Oh, there goes George being all swim. Okay, like you can see over there, hopefully. I'm not sure if he came through on the screen for you guys. On the far right, we do have these really beautiful fish over here. It has like these really dark coloring with like highlighted blue with some white stripes in them. And so since he has white stripes, you know what I call him? I call him Jack. Right there, you go, swimming across the screen right there. Because of a Jack White from the white stripes. That's kind of where I got the name from him for. I was thinking that would be pretty good for him. Just because I think a name like that would suit him very well. Yeah, will do. And then the one over on the left side, he's kind of yellow with black and white stripes. For some reason, he just looks like an Oliver. I feel like that would be an Oliver fish. That fish I named Oliver. I don't know why. Yeah, couldn't recall any reason why there, but I think he just looks like an Oliver. And then you have the fish, similar kind of fish to George in the center. There's another one to the right on the side of the screen. Similar type of fish, but he's a little smaller. I think I'm going to call them Dory. Just because, oh, hey, George. Hey, George. George, come on, man. You know you weren't supposed to do that. George is very territorial. He doesn't like his stuff messed around with. He's like, leave me alone. I want my space, and then no one else can touch it but me. I'm George, I'm the big bully of this tank here. And you can see George just kind of swimming up front. It's like, I'm just trying to chill, man. Let me do my thing. But yeah, if you guys have any other suggestions when it comes to names for fish, please feel free to let me know in the chat. But yeah, we got different. But yeah, this is the kind of tanks that we have here. This is kind of just like a nice little showcase of the tanks that we have here at aquadreamusa.com. This is more of our reef style aquarium, but we do have other like freshwater aquariums. Even then, this aquarium can be used for saltwater or for freshwater as well. Apologies. Depending on your preference of what you would like to have for your aquarium. Of course, our aquariums are all in one system. Everything you need, it comes through with our tanks here. It's all on buy one, everything you need. That's all. Yeah. It comes with like the whole sump filtration system. It comes with a protein skimmer. We got to use some filter media as well. Comes with some extra compartments in the filtration system so you can kind of customize it however you prefer as well. Give you guys a little bit of customization options there when it comes to our aquariums. But it's just Aquadream, man. aquariumhobby.com. Say, I might be able to make that work. But. And so, if you guys have any questions or just want to know more, guys, or if you just want to chat about like what you guys doing this weekend or anything, feel free to let me know in the chat. We're just kind of chilling, we're vibing with you guys, we're just hanging out, having a good time, talking about aquariums, talking about fish, everything in between. I'm just talking about fish. And I see you over there on TikTok. Thank you very much for coming by the live stream. Appreciate you. Got some waves over there to people on Instagram if anyone's still there. Yeah, there's a lot of different things that we got going on here over at Aquadream. This is actually my first full week that I've been here, and so far it's been pretty good. Being able to, get used to their new system, get used to the live streaming, get used to content creation, figure out a messaging for you guys as well to kind of get things up and running so that you guys can have opportunities more to appreciate what we do here at Aquadream, to get the name out there, because that's a big thing that I'm doing here, is that we are trying to just get the name out so people get a chance to know more about aquadreamusa.com. And follow us more on TikTok if you guys are so curious. You want to know more about us. Chat back right here. Yeah, if you guys are also curious, we do have a TikTok shop if you want to come check us out. We can check out any kind of products that we have there. Of course, if you have any questions about our products, you can always just feel free to reach out to us here on their social media platforms. Send us a DM, leave us a comment, or if you want to get any kind of form of communication, we also have like a phone line you can call. Ooh, apologies for the yawn, guys. We also have a website you guys can reach out to for our phone number, or also just email if you guys have any specific questions of like, will my protein skimmer, or will this protein skimmer fit in my aquarium? Those kind of questions we can answer those for you, no problem. Oh, look at George getting all wild and just flapping the fins like crazy over here. Come on, George. How you doing, brother? Oh, they're getting real feisty over here with the swimming techniques. Man. Oh, there goes Jack. He's making a big entrance right there in the top middle of the screen. He's like, I'm here. I'm Jack. I need to swim. But yeah. you probably about you guys back up a little bit here, and then we can start talking about other types of products that we have here at Aquadream. Like I said, we got about an hour and a half left of the live stream here, so we got plenty of time to hang out and chat more about the awesomeness Aquadream USA has to offer for everybody. I'll just get these little live stream cameras situated, not separated, situated, so that I can move to proper sitting proper position for you guys to kind of chat more. I would call it a fireside chat, but of course that would be a workplace hazard. It would be like a tank side chat, I guess is the way to put it. If that's how you want to phrase it, I guess. Triangle it that much right there. And of course we move this one over right about here. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, guys, so we can talk some more about the other types of products that we have here. But circle back over to the brush that we have. We have this magnetic brush right here that does a great job of cleaning up the glass that you have for your tank, right? Because you always want to make sure that stays nice and clean. This magnetic brush does a great job doing like a quick little pickup kind of clean session for you guys here. If you want to see how it looks like in action, well, you might be surprised. I have one going right here, or I can just kind of pull this around the corner. The magnetized brush will follow me along as well. And kind of just drag that across like so. The great thing about this, I noticed as well, that a lot of the fish do not get too upset about this brush going across the screen. If anything, or across the glass, if anything, they kind of look forward to it, because like let's be real, some of the fish are like, hey, that's a snack I can eat, you know? And you can see how it looks like in action. I did have a video just go live about this brush and the benefits of it on YouTube and on Instagram. It was going to go live on TikTok, but I was just holding out to make sure that this actually was recently added to our TikTok shop, and to make sure that it runs properly, you know, or can do, it can be, once I make a video about the product, I want to make sure that it's linked properly. You get the idea, you know, it's kind of the whole idea of being a social media manager when it comes to this whole side of things right here. But yeah, so we can see like how it kind of works in action. Well, first, we'll really get the best visual of how this thing works, because, well, the glass that I'm cleaning is, well, clean. But the video I posted up earlier on TikTok about this scrubby brush does a really good job of showcasing how clean you really can do for a quick little updated kind of like quick clean, make sure everything's up and running properly kind of stuff. It's all over on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram pages. You guys want to check that out. You get a better idea of like the drastic changes a brush like this really can make. And it's super simple, super easy, right? Just like every few days or so, you just give it a nice little scrub like this. No problem, right? And it totally works. Yes, it doesn't do the best job of showcasing exactly how it works, just because the glass is already clean. But essentially, I can show you right now, though, because I do have a model right here. I can show you guys exactly what it looks like under the hood, right? What does it look like when you first get it in the box? Well, you got this box for it right here, which, I mean, that's a nice box, right? I'd say so. So you open it up right here for the magnetized side of this box. Open it up, and boom, voila! You get your two halves put together here. So you get a better idea of what this scrubby brush looks like here. We'll go with like the star of the show, the blade, and the bristles there are on with this magnetic brush here. It feels very much similar to like Velcro, really, when it comes to like the wiry parts of like the brush right here. Where this is like kind of more like a blade. It's not too sharp, right? Like I could do this. It's not gonna cut me or anything like that. So it's not like super sharp or anything like that. But at least like does a great job of just kind of going up against the glass to where it can maybe scrape off some parts of any kind of debris or anything that kind of builds up right there. That's where this blade part comes in handy. And most of the cleaning is going to be happening with these bristles right here. If you can kind of hear or if you guys can hear with the microphones here, or you guys can hear with the folks that don't have microphones. That's kind of where the main source of the cleaning comes from this thing right here. And it does a great job, really. It's super simple, super easy to put together. Not put together, but to use to clean. I mean, it's like, and then you got the other half here, which is kind of more of a felt, kind of soft side, so then you don't scratch your glass, right? Like if you can hear it right here on the microphones. Or you can hear it here on the phones, hopefully they don't have microphones. Yeah, it's basically this is very similar to, say, like a dry erase dry erase, like eraser from like those school boards you would see, right? Just teachers on teaching you about whatever, cleaning off the whiteboard. That's really what this kind of feels like. And honestly, the magnet is so strong. And I'll show you how strong it is. It's kind of wild how strong this magnet is. Actually, let me do it this way, because the magnet is so strong it actually kind of hurts my hand. We're good. But yeah, you can kind of see, like, so the brushes are barely even touching the side. So there's not really that much magnetism or not much contact with the magnetism, but the magnetism is so strong, I can just shake this thing around, not coming off at all. It's gonna stay in my hand. It's not going away anytime soon. I mean, this is a very strong magnet. So make sure your kids aren't playing with it. That's the main thing about this. Because it is a very strong magnet. And even then, it kind of hurts my hands. You know, if you guys can kind of see my hand right there with the imprint from the bristles. Like, that's just kind of funny. Actually, let me cover my face up a little bit. Hopefully you can see this a little better here on TikTok. You can see what I'm talking about right here. I know that's coming through on the camera, but I have like bristle imprints on my hand from this thing. It's because the magnet is that strong. So we got a new follower there on TikTok. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Of course, like, this is kind of what happens whenever I'm standing in front of the aquarium. Our little fishy friends get a little nervous. So they end up kind of hiding behind the rocks, just because, I'm like a big 6'4" dude standing in front, just waving my hands and doing things. They'll be like they kind of back up a little bit, get a little more defensive positions. Well, I don't like making them too uncomfortable. Let's talk about some of our other products that we have right here. We have this submersible water pump right here. It's actually a 3-in-1. What? Yeah, it says we're there on the box. Some of the benefits of this submersible water pump here is one is that it is an energy saving, or it has good energy saving built into it. So then when you add it, it's not gonna rack up your bill any more than it needs to, right? It also has adjustable base support. You can control the flow of water at will when it comes to this water pump, and it's simple to clean and also disassemble. Because obviously we need to go those days when you do some deep cleaning, right? That's where you need to be able to take things apart, and that's where this comes in, where it's easy to assemble and disassemble, right? Functionality is pretty straightforward with this, making it easy to maintain your tanks properly. If you guys want to get a little bit of a visual design example, or there you can see on the side of the box of what it does look like when you have this little pump in action. No pun intended from the wrapper. That's just no pun intended on that one. You can kind of see like what it looks like right here. Make sure I can actually read your guys' chats here on YouTube. There we go. Over here on Instagram is what it looks like. Hey, Facebook, that's what it looks like too. There you go. Yeah, we have a lot of different variations of this pump as well. So like I said earlier, every tank every piece of equipment, it's not a one piece fits all when it comes to aquariums. Everyone's aquarium is different, right? So we have different variations of these. We have a 15 watt, 20, 25, and a 30 watt version. These submersible water pumps, obviously the more wattage, the bigger and heavier the load it can handle. We can actually, basically, let's give this a little open and see what it looks like inside this box as well. Comes with an instruction manual right here. Great to see, because obviously you need to make sure you teach people how to use things. And of course, I'm sure customer service loves that as well, so they don't get so many same questions, you know. Comes with a tube as well for your pump. Comes with a apologies, a little attachment piece there as well, as you can see. Looking pretty nice there. And also the pump itself. As you can see, the pump has some suction cups there on the side, so it can stick right to any kind of glass you have in your tank. Be able to place it exactly where you need it to be for your own customization. And you can kind of see the product itself looking pretty nice, right? It's a solid looking pump. Can't go wrong with that. Nice little pump. No relation to the wrapper, obviously. Ooh. First, anyone out there in the chat, if you're new, make sure to tap follow. Let you know next time we go live, if we have any deals or any new products, promotions, or anything like that. We'll definitely let you guys know here on our social media platforms. And if you guys want to support the channel and support us as a company, make sure to tap like. Helps us out a ton within the all famous algorithms. Make sure that you know, we get seen by the right people. That's the cool thing about social media marketing. It's fast, efficient, and it gets the job done. So we can put this aside here as well. And we also talk about this low-level suction water pump that we have here as well. This pump right here, you can probably assume, does a great job at low-level suction. You never would have guessed that, right? And the great thing about that is that it makes it so that pretty much any section that you have, any kind of water level needed, it can handle it and be able to suck up that water just fine if you're trying to pump it out or trying to move it through your system properly. I actually have a model over here I can show you. This is our largest version of the pump, as you guys can see right here. This pump right here. So basically the water flow, the suction effect comes in from underneath this device and will flow out through this top port right here. Each part just comes with various different types of attachments. You can put right into that circular hole right there to fit your aquarium needs just fine. Basically, it will take the water and just kind of pull it straight up through this device right here. It is submersible as well, so it can go underwater. So make it, of course, you would have to do it that way with that kind of design. But you know, gotta make sure everyone knows. Make sure we're all on the same page. But this is kind of one of our smaller ones that we have right here. You can open up this box as well. Make sure mics are on. Mics are still good. This is like a little bit of a smaller one that we have right here. This one is our 40 watt version. So this is kind of this is our third smallest pump that we have for these little suction pumps. Look how cute this one looks now. But like I said, like you can see underneath, like where like the propeller at the bottom of it right there, that kind of creates that suction right down below, and the water will flow up through here. Inside the box as well, of course, comes with a set of instructions. We don't need to show you guys that. Comes with these 3 different types of adapters for whatever would work best for your aquarium. Your aquatic needs satisfied here, right? You kind of just put this on. We can probably just try it on, screw it on, see what it looks like, right? super easy to put together. And boom. There you go. Plug that in some power. You got yourself a pump. You know? Jim, I see you over there on TikTok. Thank you very much for coming by the live stream. Hope you're having a good day. How's your Friday? How's everyone's Friday going? Hope you're all having a good one. Mine's going pretty well. Just hanging out with chat, talking about aquariums, talking about fish stuff. You can see what that looks like as well. Then we got one last attachment here as well. Let me put this one on. This one's a little bit more robust, if you will. That's the way to phrase it. As you can see, boom. Screws on no problem. Plug that into some power. You got yourself a pump. All right. Hope everyone's Friday is going well. Of course, if you guys have anything going on this weekend, feel free to let us know. No matter how trivial, how awesome or boring it is. Are you just looking to stay inside this weekend? Did you have a busy week? Well, let me know in the chat. We're here to chat. We're here for you guys, you know. I'm not here to talk to you about aquariums. I'm here to just tackle shot with you guys to see if there's any kind of questions you have or anything more you want to know about when it comes to our aquariums as well. Goddess. I didn't realize such high royalty just came into our stream. I appreciate you coming by here on TikTok. Did you no, not right. I was thinking about making some kind of like pun, and I was like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're not doing that here. Actually, I should say, you forgot I need to say my wife something as well. There we go. TJ Farrell, thank you very much for coming on the live stream. Hope you're having a good one. Hope everyone's Friday is starting off well. The weekend is officially here, guys. Can't let those weekends go to waste. Every weekend counts. Oh yes, of course, yes. Yeah, the bottom feed pumps are also so useful when it comes to water level when it's low. Aquadream also has this. Awesome. Yes. Yep, that's what I was talking about earlier. We talked about this pump a few times throughout the stream here. Talking about this water pump, like I said, since the water suction comes from underneath the pump, they can handle pretty much any kind of level of water, right? Like no matter how low it can get, it'll still be able to pump the water through just fine when it comes to these submersible water pumps here. Like I said earlier, like I was showcasing earlier, that the water will flow from underneath here. You can see the little propeller going on right about there, and then it will go out through the top of the device, pushing the water out to pump it properly for proper water distribution within your system here. Yeah, and like I said, we have a wide variety of these different types of pumps. I believe if I remember correctly, it's inside the box. But how many different? We have a lot of different varieties of these. This is our 125 watt. This is our most powerful one that we have for these underwater low-level suction pumps. But you also go all the way down to 9 watts. We have 9 watt, 25 watt, 40 watt, 60 watt, 75 watt, 90 watt, and 120, which is the one. This one right here I'm holding is the 120 watt, and so you're be able to fit any kind of aquarium that will fit your needs the best, right? Be able to properly move any kind of water within your system in an efficient fashion without having to worry about water levels, because like I said, since the water suction comes from underneath the pump here, and pretty much any water level, this pump will work really well. Like I said, it is submersible as well, so it works underwater. You're able to pull that water up, and it's a very efficient way to be able to move the water within your system, especially for your sump system and things like that. Or we're just trying to move water from one side to another, or just move it from one tank to another. This water pump will do a great job for you when it comes to that. Right, stay back up. Okay, push you guys back a little bit here. Make sure you can see the whole show going on here. Just kind of re-angling things back up a little bit here. Lift this up a little bit. There we go. You guys over here on YouTube, what are you guys doing? You need to come over this way, is what you need to do. And set you guys up right there. And all my friends over on Instagram, you're coming over this way as well. There we go. Perfect. So in this next section, I want to talk more about this tank in particular, right? Why this tank separates itself from anywhere else, right? There we go. Oh yeah, true. Yes, yeah. The submersible water pump also doesn't generate too much heat, except, but of course that comes with like the self-explanatory, right? Like we build our systems to be self-sufficient, and so that it doesn't generate too much heat or anything like that. Make sure that your water levels are staying proper for sure. We can probably talk more about the tank itself right here, and pull up the proper information. Make sure I'm giving you guys all the correct information. I don't want you guys getting misled or get me spreading out false, fake news out here. There we go. So, for example, we can talk about this tank right here. It is actually a very well-designed tank. I might be sounding a little biased on that, but it is very well designed. We have a rimless and frameless tempered glass, providing a sleek look that is sturdy. Provides also a sturdy build. This glass allows you to clearly see through the aquarium while also harboring safely your items within it, like our little fishies right here. And I think they're all getting probably a little tired. That's why they're all kind of huddling up behind everything here. Included with the purchase of one of these tanks, right? If you decide to make the plunge with one of our tanks, pun intended on that one. If you want to make the plunge with one of our tanks, right? This is an all-in-one tank system that you'll be picking up here, right? It's all with a pre-built high-grade aluminum frame, with a matte finish for this cabinet right here. It also will come with one 920 GPH submersible water pump, one sump filtration system with filter media built into the cabinet as well, with a water capacity of around 25 gallons. It also comes with the LED light, one LED light as you can see right up here. This LED light also has a lot of different types of adjustments that we can talk about a little bit later here. And also kind of finishing off, it comes with a protein skimmer that comes with the cabinet as well. And also we give you guys a box of biofilter coral rocks as well down below, so you guys can kind of hopefully see this right here on the live stream. Not all these rocks come with the purchase, right? That comes a little separately, but enough rocks will come in so you can get this when you do buy a tank. It gets up and running day one. And so what that comes to, like the LED lighting of this system that we have right here, the LED coral lights with the touch controls, which I believe are kind of back here. I need to untangle those next time I come by. It does come with a touch control pad right here where you can change the color of the light, you can change the light intensity. You also change the functionality of these lights to be a sunrise or a sunset. If you want to try to mimic that for your fish, to kind of mimic that kind of natural sunrise, sunset type of experience, right? Just to make sure that it will, make sure that your fish have a much more natural type of environment, right? Especially if your fish are much more used to like being much more nocturnal, or if they're much more like active during the day and need the nighttime to sleep, rest up or anything like that. These lights can also provide optimal coral growth as well as light for a nice fluorescent look when it comes to the lightings themselves. The lights are also, like I said, very customizable. We have a kind of set to our current, like a nice little kind of purpley blue kind of look to it. But you can change the color to whatever you like. Pretty much all RGB type of colors, you can change it from there. It can be red, green, white, yellow, like whatever kind of color you want. These lights can do just that. But not only that, they can also kind of cycle, they have different functionalities to them. Like I said, the sunrise sunset function. You also can set it just kind of cycle through colors as well. Just depending on your preference, right? This depends on what you think would work best for your fish and your environment there. These lights are also completely adjustable, meaning that you can place them anywhere on the tank because they're not directly attached to the tank itself. Because what they use is a bit of a pressure pin kind of system, if that makes sense. So basically you have two screws, if you can kind of see right here on the stream. You have two screws over here that will kind of push up against the wall of the back of your tank right here. So picture this as the wall. You have the backing of the light, and you have a screw that kind of will press in to kind of keep that pressure to hold it in place properly. So gives you the ability to move the lights wherever you'd like to have for the tank right there. And so then you can also adjust the height of the lighting here to go either closer to the water or further up from the water. You can have the reach of the lights adjust as well, forward and back. You can also adjust the angle of the light, right? You can have it angled up or down, whichever you prefer, right? So that's, there's a lot of different options right there when it comes to the visuals of your tank, which is, one of the nice appeals of having an aquarium, right? Is that it has a nice visual appeal to it. That's kind of like one of the benefits of having one, right? So it's not only just like a place to harbor your pets, but it's also a bit of a kind of like a piece of furniture, right? You want it to look nice, you want it to look how you want, and that's where these lights will hopefully be able to provide some of that assistance with that. And also, by the way, the UV light actually does help out with coral growth a little bit as well. So a lot of different types of benefits when it comes to these specific lights right here. You also talk about like the quality of the build of these different types of tanks, right? Where like this aquarium is built with a premium tempered glass with a light transmittance of 99%, meaning that 99% of the light that's coming through this glass is going to get to you, meaning that it's going to be a nice crystal clear experience. It's not going to be cloudy. It's not going to get marked up over time. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's going to be looking just as good as the day you bought it for many years to come. Also, that the glass is resistant to scratches, it's resistant to fingerprints, so your kids, if you have kids putting their faces and hands all over the glass, you at least can be able to clean it up rather easily, right? Or if they show up at all. Which I know, definitely kids like to get real close and personal when it comes to the glass here. When you go to any type of aquarium, you see that happening, right? It's also, like I said, it's resistant to scratches, fingerprints, and also, like, if the water gets a little too acidic or too much alkali within the water as well, you can withstand that kind of weathering with it. The cabinet frame is built from a premium aluminum, which is resistant to saltwater erosion, deformation, as well as corrosion. So no problem with that as well. Even though, like, yes, metal will rust with water, right? But since it's such high grade quality, and also the fact that we try to, keep a nice, tight lock system, that even if the water does get involved with the aluminum, that it won't rust or corrode or have anything that you don't want that happen with your metal. It's very nice quality metal that we have going on with this. And of course, when you're buying into a product like this, right, going into an aquarium, now it's an investment, right? It's like you're looking to upgrade, maybe even side grade to a new tank, maybe even downgrade. Maybe your large tank was too big for you or something like that. You wanted to find something smaller. I mean, we do have a wide variety of tanks from 30 gallons up to 500 gallons. But kind of what I was getting at here is that, any tank you buy into, it's an investment, right? You're paying your hard-earned cash that you work for. You want to make sure that you get the great quality out of it. And so to make sure they have any kind of security with that, you want to make sure they have a good warranty. And the warranty that comes along with this tank in particular, or our other tanks as well, comes with a 3-year warranty with premium customer service as well. So then, if you have any issues within those first 3 years of owning one of our tanks, get in touch with us. You get in touch with an actual human to talk to explain what their situation is and where you'll be able to help out where you can. Comes with a 3-year warranty when it comes to the tank, when it comes to the system here. When it comes to the other parts of this, like the electronic components of this tank, you get a 1-year warranty with that. But also with any kind of spare parts, you get a lifetime warranty. However long you want to have for any kind of spare parts, just hit us up. If you have any issues, we'd be able to help you out, no problem. Because we want to build that relationship with you guys, because it's not just like a one-stop shop and we never see you again kind of thing. Because like I said, it's an investment. You want to make sure that when you buy into one of these products, like an Aquadream aquarium, that you're not just buying an aquarium, you're also buying into the company, you're buying into our culture, you're buying into, like I said, like proper customer service, good quality, things like that. So they make sure that you can feel safe with your purchase, that like, yes, I made the right decision going with Aquadream. I'm pretty sure I need to guarantee, I can be pretty sure that yes, you'll make the right decision if you decide to make that plunge with us over here. Of course, we have a lot of different options when it comes to tanks, right? They have tanks that range from 30 gallons up to 500 gallons, literally everything in between. And also when it comes with the visuals, right? I was talking earlier about how these aquariums are kind of like a piece of furniture, right? You want it to look nice, you want it to present it properly. We have tons of different colors with our tanks, right? The great thing about our tanks is that they're pretty simple. If you check out our website or our TikTok shop, you'll be able to see that with our tanks that they fall pretty much underneath, function about the same, right? There isn't like any kind of drastic differences happening between tanks. The main difference between all of our tanks are really just what size do you want, like how many gallons do you want it to hold, and what color do you want. Other than that, all our tanks function roughly just about the same, so there really isn't going to be anything to worry about when you're browsing through our website or through our TikTok shop. Like, well, this tank looks different than that one. Is that one going to be better than the other one? Like, no, it's all the same kind of components getting put together there. Really, so like the main difference is going to be size and color when it comes to which kind of tank that you prefer to have for us from Aquadream here. So for example, like say if you don't like this matte gray finish, we have similar tanks like this, like in all white or in all black as well. We have different tanks like say, we have tanks with like white with a gold trim on it. We have tanks that are black with like a redwood trim on it. We have wooden coloring when it comes to all of our tanks. Again, it is still all aluminum framing when it comes to all of our different types of styles of tanks, but then we have a lot of different types of styles, a lot of different types of varieties. Basically, whatever fits your living situation best, pretty sure we got you covered when it comes to that one. So you won't have to worry about that too much when it comes to different types of styles. Again, like take a look at our website, take a look at our TikTok shop, take a look at our shop or shops on Instagram. I think we have a shop coming up soon here on YouTube. Keep an eye out for that one as well. Or just go to our website to check out everything that we have, and that to be the most straightforward way to get in contact with us to get whatever product you're looking forward to. And then we'll also have, like I said, kind of like I've showed throughout the stream as well, we have a lot of other different types of products, right? Ranging from different varieties of price points, right? Like the little submersible pump like this, like not gonna cost you a whole lot and functions very well. It'll do exactly what you need it to do when it comes to your aquarium. This is like, like about $10-ish, if I remember correctly, for this one in particular. Again, like we have so many different varieties, as you can probably see right here on the side of the box, all the different variations that we have. Obviously, the bigger, the stronger, the more it'll cost, but they're much more like affordable than like a full-on tank. So if you're like, oh, I like Aquadream, I like what they have here, I like the visuals of this, but maybe like a tank's like a little too much for me right now, well, you can also check out some of our other products that help add to your tank as well. So you don't have to get you don't have to get an Aquadream tank to fit with your Aquadream products, if that makes sense. If that's kind of what I'm trying to get at here with that one. And also, I had a point, and then I just spaced on it. What was I gonna say? Chat, what was I gonna say? Anyways, you can kind of go on forward here. So in case if you do want to make that plunge into the Aquadream universe here that we have, shipping takes 3 to 7 business days when it comes to getting your tank or any type of equipment. For also taking into consideration 1 day for handling. If you're in the continuous United States, those 48 states that are all nicely connected together, you do get free shipping with your purchase as well. Just keep in mind also that it doesn't include residential lift gates or also upstairs delivery. That's a little bit, maybe a little bit comes with a fee right there, just because it's a little bit of extra effort trying to get the tank to you. But if you decide to make the plunge and get a tank with us, you will get free shipping with that. So that's also a nice little bonus right there. You don't have to worry about those extra little charges coming your way. We got you covered on that one. Also, we can talk about, well, we can also talk about, let's see, like, we're also going to kind of go back on the glass here, just because of, you know, I think having a really nice glass, it makes a big difference for your aquarium. I've seen so many images out there online of just tanks that are a bit older, right? You start seeing like scratches, you start seeing buildup, stuff that just like the glass is just damaged, right? And you can't really do anything about that without, again, like completely refinished or something like that, which would cost a lot of money. You have to remove all your stuff and all that kind of thing. It's a hassle. Yeah, it's a pain, right? With the glass here that we have, it's that's a really fine glass that's from Taiwan, but also due to the premium grade of the tempered glass, that is extremely high light transmittance of 99%. Like I said earlier, the light will just flow through you, flow through the glass right to you. It's also bonded with a German silica gel, which also is meant to prevent any type of erosions. It has a 20-year lifespan when it comes to the glass here. And I can also tell you just by looking at the glass here, it's probably about the thickness of my hand for this particular, if I can try and angle that properly for you guys so you can see it properly. About 20, now, you know, solid like that thick, about that thickness in the glass. So you know that it's going to be very sturdy, very strong, and it's going to be, you know, something that can withstand the test of time, right? You know, some flimsy glass, something that can be easily broken, or something that easily scratches or anything like that. We got that silica gel that we have on our glass right here to make sure that it prevents any type of erosion. You also make sure they have that 20-year lifespan. And you'll experience no issues with scratches or corrosion due to the water or acidity or anything like that. It's going to be looking just as good as the day that you bought it for many years to come. I can tell you that much. Especially since I've known that we've had this tank in our office for many years now at this point as well. And still looking just as good as the day we bought it. Actually, I probably could use a little extra cleaning here and there, some deep cleaning kind of stuff I think it could be useful for it right now. But for the most part, for the minimal amount of like maintenance we put into it, that it's still very good. Like it's still the sump system still runs super well. You haven't really had to do any kind of maintenance or anything like that with it. You know, that's anything too severe. The thing just runs and it looks good. And I think that's one of the benefits of something from us from like Aquadream, where it helps kind of ease the amount of mental tax. I think is the way I want to phrase it. The taxing, mental tax of like having to maintain your tank, right? Because you want to spend time more enjoying your tank than you do wanting to spend time fixing it or cleaning it or, you know, doing all that kind of stuff that, you know, can get in the way a little bit of having an enjoyable experience with your tank. So that's always something to keep in mind, something to keep in consideration. I always feel like I'm spooking out the fish a little too much. They see me up here walking around, moving a bit, making them feel a little uneasy. But yeah. But you also kind of get a better idea also of the size of this tank in particular, right? So for like dimensions of a tank like this, right? So for scale, I'm 6'4", or roughly 192 centimeters tall, right? So you get a better idea of like how high this tank, the setup really is, right? You can see right here that the tank dimensions go from 47 1/8 in length in inches, 24 inches in width, and also 19 3/4 inches in height up here. With the tank itself holding about 120 gallons of water, with 25 gallons in the sump down below, with total capacity of around 50 gallons. Also, we have the stand dimensions right here as well. As you can assume, it also has 47 inches in length, and it also has 19 3/4 inches in width, and also 33.5 inches in height when it comes to this. The total voltage that you're going to need for this tank is 120 volts. So this is also important information to keep in mind, because like obviously When it comes to power outlets, like you want to make sure you set your tank at an outlet that can provide that proper, consistent energy, right? So then your fish can live a nice, healthy, natural life within their environments. So yeah, there's a lot to take in, lots of things to talk about when it comes to our different types of tanks here. We also have, not only do we have like tanks, we also have different types of pond filters as well. And we can show you guys over here. This is a bit heavy. That's a heavy one right here. We also have a a variable frequency amphibious pump here as well. This is great for outdoor pumps when you need to, say if you have like a koi pond or any kind of outdoor facility, something like that. This is where this comes in super well. Let's show you the size of this thing. Like this cable, by the way, that's a sturdy freaking cable. Try to show you guys here without busting open the entire packaging here. There we go. Like I said, this thing is sturdy. This is a hefty boy. This will keep your ponds, if you're going extra heavy duty, right? You got some koi ponds outside or something, some outdoor water maintenance. You're gonna need to say hello to my little friend. This almost looks like a minigun, man. Like just like 20 Montana style. Da, 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 da. So what's up? Average reefer, what par they put out? What do you mean by par that they put out? I'm curious. Because when I hear par, I think of like golf. You know? But you can see how heavy duty this thing is. That needs to stay attached. That's a plug. But you can see the you can keep track of the speed, you can keep track of the watts, you can change the timing on it. You can also change this frequency up and down, stuff like that. A lot you can change when it comes to this big boy right here. This is one hefty pond filter, man. Oh my goodness. I need to use a leg to keep this thing up to. So yeah, we saw a lot of different types of aquatic type of equipment that would be useful for anyone out there who trying to enjoy the hobby to their fullest, right? This thing's a beast. But yeah, just a little bit of a highlight there when it comes to what this thing offers, right? If you want to look, if you're curious exactly what this thing really does have to offer, you can see right here, we have like some bullet points written on top of the box here if you guys are curious what it does say. It's this flow assisted pressurization. It also has a wave ultra silence right there, so it's a nice quiet machine right here. It's not going to be too loud, especially when you're outside. You want to hear like a constant humming happening. You want to enjoy the peaceful bit of nature, right? Of course. We also have automatic recovery after feeding, power outage right there as well. Also have power display, memory, and also automatic alarm function. Also has 1 to 20 flow regulations, regulation 2 to 20 wave making functions as well. So a lot of different types of customization you can do when it comes to utilizing this big boy pond water pump right here. You get one of these, you'll be set for quite some time. You'll be saying hello to my little friend. This thing is a beast. It's one big filter. One big water pump. That's a big one. You just put it back in the packaging here. Leave it as you found it, you know? What I always learned. Something like that. Put this over here. I'm like a Gallagher comedian walking out with all these different types of props. You know? You see our little fishy friends, they're all just kind of hanging out behind the rocks. I think they're a little overwhelmed right now. Let me move you guys back over to the fish here. Get a chance to hang out with the fishes like I get to do every day. You guys can check out what's going on over here. Alright, there we go. You might not be seeing much now, but once I kind of move away from the glass a little bit, they'll be feeling a little less intimidated, be out swimming, and create a nice little ambiance for you guys to enjoy. Right? They're a nice little visual of some peaceful fish swimming, especially as we start rounding things down a little bit. We got about another hour or so. We got another like 50 minutes left in the stream here. If we wrap things up and head out for the weekend, it's a freaking weekend. I'm about to have me some fun. No, we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to have a nice little quiet weekend just hanging out at home with the wife and the dog. But if you guys are doing anything outside on the weekend, this weekend, feel free to let me know. Or if you're just looking to just kind of just hang out at home, keep it a low-key weekend, was the week super busy for you or anything like that, and feel free to let me know in the chat. You know, like I said, not only are we here just to kind of talk about Aquadream and everything that we offer when it comes to products, but also just want to chat with you guys and kind of, build a repertoire with the chat and see how everything is, Because we're just vibing, man. We're just chatting. We're hanging out. I see it's Irfan, if I pronounced that correctly. Thank you much for coming by the live stream over on TikTok. Hope you're having an excellent day. For me personally, we just kind of just hanging out here. Get a chance to talk with the chat here. Just kind of look into various different things. Let me move this. Hi. Chance to chat more about Aquadream, chance to talk about the fish and everything in between, Reef Life, thanks for coming by the live stream. Jim, I see you there. Thank you much for coming by over on TikTok. I appreciate you guys. Hope everyone's weekend is starting off well. With a bang, a boom, a sizzle, an implosion even. I don't know, sometimes a week can be stressful, man. The week can be a lot. But I'm looking forward to just being able to spend time with the wife and the dog at home. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Kind of hanging out here with you guys here, get a chance to look at the fish and get a chance to hang out with them. This is what I get to do every day, so I want to share that experience with you all as well. Actually, bring my friends over here on Facebook and give you guys a little bit of a different angle. A lot of reflections of that angle that I don't think it's something that you'd want to really see. So bring you guys over here. There we go. Something to that effect. There we go. Get a chance to look at Oliver. We got Huggy over there as well. Like I said, we've been kind of going through the stream here, asking people about naming the fish. Kwai Grin, thanks for coming by the stream. Ash, I see you there. Thank you very much. Try and go through naming all these fish. I'm not sure how we label or name the one that's up in the front of the screen. It's kind of has like a yellow tail, but the front half is purple. I'm kind of curious what we named that fish. Kind of looks like a rocket kind of blowing up, kind of flying off into space, right? If you think of it that way, right? With like the tail's kind of like the jet fuel being expelled, and like the purple part's kind of like the capsule that's getting like heated up. So maybe it's like, we'll call them rocket. I think that looks like a rocket, right? That'd be a good rocket fish, I think. So I think it only leaves like this one other fish. It's kind of like a dark purple and orangey kind of color. Not quite sure what we named that one though. He's kind of a little off screen right now at the moment. But yeah, I think rocket's gonna work out really well for that small fish that's right in front of the screen. If you disagree, let me know in the chat. We can fight over this. It's up for interpretation. Trey Sells, thank you very much for love. Come by the live stream. Hope you're having a good day. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. We're getting close to the last hour of the live stream here, guys. We got a chance to chat about all things Aquadream. Again, if you guys have any questions or want to know more about what we do here, feel free to leave us a comment in the chat here. I'm here to talk with you guys and hang out and spend some time. You know, because we're out and about, we're doing our thing. I'm sure a lot of people out there in the chat are out. Seems like a lot of people out there today are kind of out and doing their own thing and keeping themselves busy, I'm sure, when it comes to all things in life. They maybe not being able to, spend so much time in the live stream and hang out, but, sometimes Fridays are just good to kind of lay low and keep it chill. Hang out with some fish, Check out the woo-saw, the ASMR of the live stream, yes. We're talkative. Whereas is where we talk at a very low volume and then we just observe what our fish are doing. You can see we have Rocket out there in the lower left. He's just kind of doing his little thing, swimming along. Oh, did he just do a little zoom? He felt a little zoom. That's where he goes. Oh, we got Jack over here. He's kind of peeking his head out. There he goes. Oh, Jack with a big swoop. I call him Jack because you see how he has like those white stripes on him? Well, the lead singer and guitar player from White Stripes, his name is Jack White. So, thought it'd be very appropriate to name him Jack. Jack's just hanging out there with Oliver. They're just got five and doing their thing, man. Dory got a little snack up there. She's still trying to get a little snacks up there floating on top of the tank. I did feed these fish a bit earlier, and they were going crazy on stream. They were going wild. They were hungry. So I was glad I was able to give them a little bit of snack here and there. Sanchez, welcome to the stream over on TikTok. Hope you're having a great day. Actually, great night, I should say. Because it is 7:12 p.m. on the West Coast here of the United States of America. Aquadream USA. You better believe. Believe. Oh my God. I want to see if I can try to pronounce this name properly. It's a Toy Muon Da? D-E? D-A? Probably D-A, right? Toy Moon D-A. If I pronounce that correctly. With a poop emoji. With the emoji. You gotta pronounce the emoji as well. You can't just leave that out. But kind of like what I was saying earlier, guys, when it comes to the glass of this tank in particular, like I was saying with like the tempered glass that we use, well, along with the German silica gel that gets added onto it, that it is a very sturdy glass. And like I was saying earlier, you will not be noticing any scratches or any kind of deformations or anything like that with this glass. It's a very strong and sturdy glass. Like I said, I got you guys put up right up against it, and it looks, man, it's looking good to me. I'm looking through the stream on your guys' end, and it looks good to me. And we've had this tank up and running actively with this many fish for years now at this point, and it still looks just as good as the day that we brought it out of the packaging, It's a great way to kind of showcase like what, I've always thought it's always best to show rather than tell when it comes to social media or any kind of thing like that, or any kind of, showcasing of products. Don't tell me why it's good. Show me why it's good. That's why we got social media. That's why we have video. That's why we have, that's why we record video on our phones, so we can show everyone how crazy something is, rather than just tell you how crazy it was. And that's the great thing about social media here, is that we get a chance to actually really show you exactly what the real deal looks like, rather than, having like these perfectly produced videos that show like an absolute like pristine setup. Oh my gosh, Dory just come out there get a big snack. That's kind of the great thing about social media, though. That's one thing I really appreciate. That's why I like. That's why I like the field of work. I think it's a great opportunity for uh, us to get a chance to just show you what we do, rather than tell you why we're so great. Right? A lot of different things we can do, but I really do appreciate everyone coming by the live stream today. I hope you're all having a great evening. It's the weekend. There goes Jack swimming across the screen. Look at him go. He's just big vibes over here. He just kind of swims, does his thing. He's like, yeah, I'm the big fish in the little tank. Well, not so little tank, honestly. It's like a 140-gallon tank. Going back to Jack's favorite little spot right there. Josh, I see you there over in TikTok. Thank you very much for coming by the live stream. Hope you're having a great day. We're just kind of out here, just kind of vibing, hanging out with the fish, chilling on a Friday. You know, it's been a busy week, so we're looking forward to just kind of decompress, let loose a little bit, and just kind of like take a breather and be like, oh, yes, that's right. I can now take the mental workload off my mind for a few days and then get back into it. You know what I mean? That's kind of one of the benefits of that's why I've always liked Fridays. They've always been some of my more favorite days. Just because you get to accomplish it. You start your day off, you get a lot accomplished, you get home, and then you get to spend time however you like. So you get the benefit of like getting stuff done for the day, but also get a chance to have fun and experience the day however you prefer, right? It's really nice. Big O's Reef, thanks for coming back. I see you there in the chat, my dude. Long-time follower, long-time listener, long-time appreciate of the Aquadream platform over here. Appreciate you coming by, man. Hopefully Big O's Reef has been doing well for himself. Hope your Friday's treating you well. Of course, guys, if you are new to the stream, make sure you tap follow. Make sure you tap like. Every follow, every like at our level really does go a long way, and it's greatly appreciated. So then we'd be able to reach out to more people to get a chance to know like what we're doing around here, right? So then the famous algorithm gods will help push us into the right direction. So us be seen in the light, you know, stuff like that. And but of course, like, yeah, the fact you guys want to come by here and hang out and just hang out, lurk in the chat, or be part of it, or however you guys want to enjoy it. The fact that you're here in the first place is always appreciated. So thank you all very much for that, for taking the time out of your day just to even just doom scroll past us or click in and stop by and say hi for a bit. We really do appreciate that. So thank you all very much for taking the time out of your day. I just want to mention that because we are getting, towards the end of the live stream. We got another 30 minutes worth of live stream we got left for you guys here before we call it a wrap. And then we won't see you guys until Monday. Monday afternoon is when the next live stream will happen. So, if you're going to miss that, I don't want you guys to miss me too much. But don't worry, I will be back. Don't deal with, I just hope you don't have severe separation anxiety. Then you'd be like, oh no, what? I haven't seen Kevin live on the platforms I like to watch for social media. What do I do with my day? Oh no. What else am I supposed to do from 4 to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time during the week? You know what I mean? But yeah. Of course, I'm a little sarcastic, but also, it's a little bit of truth in there. But that's what makes comedy. It's funny because it's a little bit of truth mixed in with it, right? Yeah, maybe kind of back you guys up a little bit. We can start talking about the tank again here. For anyone who is new or maybe missed out some of the stuff that we were talking about earlier, well, now is your time. Get a chance to know more about us. Get a chance to know more about Aquadream. Get to know more about this tank and all the other kind of stuff that we like to do here to make sure you guys have the best possible aquatic experience when it comes to Aquadream tanks and everything in between. Gosh. You guys, zoom you guys out a little bit. There we go. Pull you guys up a little bit so you guys can see the Aquadream logo, because obviously brand recognition, right? Of course. There we go. Bringing my friends over here from TikTok back over here as well. I wonder if I stack it up this way. It's like, yes, I can kind of zoom you guys out. I think on TikTok, I don't know. You guys are zoomed in as much as you can right now, actually. Good to know. Okay, pull you guys up a little bit. There we are. Interesting how with these different phones, the camera angle could be the frame, the FOV is what I'm trying to say. Field of view can be so different between all these different types of cameras. You think all these phones would kind of try to do the same thing, right? Try to be just as good or not better than the others, but you know, some phone cameras are better than others, you know? Not all cameras are treated equal, as you can probably tell. So we got like a tank like this, right? This is our 145 gallon tank, if I remember correctly. Like I said, this tank's been kind of set up at our office for quite a few years now at this point, so I'm kind of trying to remember exactly what size this is, but it's either like 120, 145, something around there. Actually, before I get into the spiel, I need some water. Okay, that's my throat. It's starting to get a little scratchy from talking for so many hours in a row now. The lit P, if I pronounced it correctly. Thanks for coming by the live stream. If I mispronounce it, please let me know. Because if you come back, I definitely want to make sure I pronounce it correctly. I don't want to be disrespectful, you know. I want to make sure I treat you guys properly in this chat. We're talking about this tank in particular here. With our system, it is an all-in-one tank system. It was designed specifically to support coral reef saltwater aquariums. But however, this system can also be housing freshwater fish as well. So it depends on whichever you prefer, right? With the rimless and frameless design of the tank here, it offers a modern and sleek look that will look great anywhere you place it. Like I said, like it was a pretty like minimalistic, doesn't go too crazy on it. Same thing, we have like basically two different styles of tanks, and like we have this one here for kind of more of our reef style tanks. We also have another one that's got a little more like looks more like a piece of furniture kind of thing. A little bit less modern looking than this one, but also can be just as visually appealing as the other ones, you know. Also saying that the tank here is also wide enough to be able to allow plenty of options for aquascaping as well, as you can set your environments exactly how you like to. AT, thank you very much for coming by the live stream over there on the TikTok. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Also, when it comes to our aquariums here, that does come with the subsystem that comes with the tank, comes with multiple components for various uses, helping you take care of your aquarium system in a way that is optimal for just you. Because you know you're so special out there. If you're watching the stream, it's because you're very special. You're special to us, at least. You know. And again, what's going on down here? What's up, Rocket? What are you doing down there? I thought there's some kind of splashing, some movement happening in the corner of my eye. Like, what are you guys doing? But you can see that, yeah, like when I'm up here walking around talking about the tank and stuff like that, the fish can get a little overwhelmed, and they'll kind of like hang out behind the rocks. We're still trying to figure out a name for that guy. But yeah, going back into the tank here, and the subsystem comes with multiple components for various uses, helping you take care of your aquarium system in a way that is optimal just for you. With a dual outlet return pump flow, allowing for better water distribution, as well as water flow from your sump back into the tank right here. And this all-in-one system also comes with a water pump, protein skimmer, LED coral lights, and biofilter coral rocks, so you can get started right away when it comes to picking up one of these lovely little tanks. Also, our tanks are constructed with the finest tempered glass from Taiwan. Due to this premium grade tempered glass, it has an extremely high light transmittance of 99%, meaning you're barely going to even notice the glass is even there. They've manufactured it in a way where you don't even have any kind of light refraction or any kind of way to where the visuals of your animals inside your tank will get distorted or cloudy or scuffed or any kind of thing way like that. It'll be looking just as good as the day that you bought it, right? And even better than some other competitors out there. I'm just saying. Also bonded with German silica, which prevents erosion and has a lifetime of 20 years. And you'll experience no issues when it comes to scratches or corrosion, anything like that. To the water, even with if it's like super acidic or if it has a lot of salt in it or anything like that, it'll be running and looking just as good for you. And also, like I said, when it comes to picking up one of these tanks, it is a bit of an investment, right? You don't kind of buy these tanks on a whim, right? You kind of plan, it's a plan of attack kind of thing, right? You're not doom scrolling and then you go like, I'm just gonna buy a tank right now. Of course you can, and we can support that just fine. But we know that, you know, obviously with the way the finances are, especially in the U.S., that, you know, things are tight. People are making decisions, but if you have the extra cash and you want to take the plunge, if you will, pun very intended on that, very intended, that, you know, we got you covered right here in case of anything, you know, if anything happens, which there shouldn't be anything that happens, but just in case, you never know. We do have a 3-year warranty when it comes to this tank. Also with a 1-year warranty for any kind of electrical components and a lifetime warranty for all spare parts that come with the tank as well. So basically just know that when you buy a tank with us, that we got your back. We're going to be here with you, thick and thin, all the way through the process. If you have any issues with your tank, you can reach out to us. If you need some new parts, you can reach out to us. If you had a bad day and you need to talk to someone and no one's listening, I'll be here. You can talk to me about that as well. I'm totally, you know, I'm a good listener. So in case you're curious, like, okay, so that's nice. I like the fact that you can get a tank that's a high quality shipped to me through online, but how long is that whole process going to take? Well, once you make your purchase, 3 to 7 business days, a tank like this could be right at your doorstep. Oh, how amazing is that, right? Also, keep in mind that if you are within the 48 states, the continuous United States, that we will provide free shipping for you. You know, also, let's keep in mind though there are some things like not included, like residential lift gates, or also upstairs delivery fees and stuff like that. There can be some additional things if you need it, but to get it just basically to your door, free shipping. We got you covered on that one, right? Like I say, if you wanted to make the investment into one of these kind of tanks, you know, we want to make sure that we lower the amount of barriers as much as possible for you guys, so you can have a chance to enjoy the tanks as much as you can, right? You want to worry more about making sure you have the most optimal tank experience for your little fishies or aquascape experiences compared to, you know, any other kind of situations. Look, as soon as I move away from the tank, what happens? Our fishies start being fishies and swimming around like little guys. Like a rocket out there, just getting up front and center. Look at this guy. Now he wants to be on front of the camera. Let's see how it is. Hey, watch it there, Oliver. Whoa, we get some action over here. Actually, could have been from George. George is very pushy. George down here, he's, you know, he likes his space. He likes to keep it that way. I think I saw like Handam, if I saw that correctly, over in the for people who joined into us over on TikTok. Did I see that properly? But yeah, thank you very much for coming by. Greatly appreciate it. After all, having a great day. We are starting to wrap up things, getting close to the end of the live stream here, guys. We're going to be going live for probably another 20-25 minutes or so. And call it good and I can start my weekend. Yeah. Nate, thanks for coming by the live stream. Then Now, a lot of consonants in O. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but thank you for going by. It's like, then, no. If I mispronounce it, please let me know in the chat. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but sometimes it means to be difficult to read. I'll see you there. Odinson, thank you very much for coming by the live stream. Hope you're having a great day. Hope your weekend is starting off well. It is Friday, guys. Got things going on. You know what I'm gonna do when I get home? I'm gonna play some Call of Duty with the boys. That's what the plan is right now. When I get home, I'm gonna slay some noobs. That's gonna be a good time. Especially with season 3 of the Verdance coming back. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm a little bit of a gamer myself. I like to do a little bit of that on the side, you know. So we also probably talk about another aspect about this tank in particular. I hope you guys can see it. I'll let y'all angle everyone just enough so you can see it here on stream. Okay, you guys got that on YouTube. We move you guys here a little bit on Facebook. And move you guys a little bit here on Instagram. There we go. A really important thing when it comes to any kind of tank is for general maintenance, right? For general health of the water for your fish right here. An important thing to keep in consideration is surface tension. Now, what do I mean by surface tension? If anyone here is new, just so we're all on the same page. Actually, if I'm being a little redundant with that, please let me know in the chat. You go like, no, we know about that, Kevin. Type of 1 in chat or something like that. Like, just, we know what you're talking about here, Kevin. Because I can go on. I can go into a whole spiel about surface tension when it comes to the tanks. TJ, thank you for coming by the live stream. But surface tension is a thing that you definitely need to take in consideration when it comes to owning an aquarium. Because what's one thing an aquarium can't do naturally that happens in the world? That is, well, the ability to break surface tension. Because you have motion, right? The water moves out of nature. You have waves, you have currents and things like that. If you don't have that, what happens then that a lot of carbon dioxide can get stuck within the water, right? Because, you know, we got different types of elements that happen within your water, and fish do the breathing mechanics, right? Food, debris, things like that. That if your water is stagnant, it can create a lot of tension on the surface, meaning that any kind of CO2 that you would have build up can't really release through the surface, because there is a little bit of that tension. Like, I'm sure you guys ever seen like those challenges on like TikTok especially, where like you see people like trying to fill water in a cup as much as they can, right? And whoever makes it overflow loses, kind of thing. But you can actually see like how the water can actually like bulge up over the edge of the cup and stuff like that. That's surface tension. That's all the molecules kind of like holding together to where then it gets to the point where there's so much downward force from gravity that once you add enough into it, that it just kind of breaks. Long-winded scientific way to kind of say it, but basically that's an example of surface tension, of when you can fill up a glass beyond like the edge of the glass and it still holds the water. Basically, the same kind of idea can happen with a tank right here, because if your water is stagnant, not moving, then the fish and wildlife that you have within your tank, you know, exhaling oxygen or carbon dioxide or any kind of debris like that, the tank, like, it struggles to actually leave the water. That basically acts like a locked-in membrane almost when it comes to the health of the water within your tank. So, a great way so how do you fix that? How do you have this gas exchange happen? It's by breaking that surface tension. Now, one way you can do it, you can just kind of take a stick and move things around. You could punch it. If you want to punch water, go for it. I suggest not doing that. But creating any kind of movement releases that tension, making it so that you can have that gas exchange working just fine for you, or having that gas exchange happen naturally. But of course, manually doing it, it's going to be, well, a bit time consuming, a bit annoying to deal with it, right? You don't want to have to worry about surface tension every, so often when it comes to your tank. Oh, I see you there, Ethan. Thank you very much for the like on TikTok. I really do appreciate that. So what's a really easy way to relieve surface tension for proper oxygen flow within your tank here to properly release CO2 from your tank as well. Well, the best way to do that is there's multiple ways, or best way, but a really good way to do that is by using what we have right here is a wave. Actually, move this out of the way real quick so you can see it better. One of the best ways to do that, relieve that surface tension, is with a wave maker. Because what happens when you got a wave maker, you can probably assume what it does. It creates waves. And what do waves do? They break surface tension, much like they do in nature, right? You can kind of see right here how our water is kind of like, it's rather flat, right? But it has motion to it. That's because we have a wave maker with like a slight angle upwards. It kind of peaks right about here when it comes to like when the water flow hits the surface, right? We love Aquadream, of course we do. And so a great way to relieve that surface tension is by using a wave maker. And a wave maker has a lot of different type of benefits that you can have for your tank as well. But I can show you guys exactly what this wave maker looks like, and then we can go into a little bit of the details about what it all entails right here. So you can kind of see a good example of what this wave maker actually looks like. You got the propellers inside this right here. You can angle it up and down however you please. And also you're probably wondering like, wait, it only has like rubber nubs then. Does how this thing actually attach to a tank? Well, it doesn't really actually attach to the tank itself. If you can't really see it right here on camera, but there's a magnet. There's like a puck. There's a puck-sized magnet in the back of this wave maker on the other side of the glass, much like we do with like the scraper that we have right here. Similar kind of thing, but for the wave maker. So what that allows you to do is be able to place it anywhere on your tank that would fit best for you. So you have the optimal water flow happening for the tank, so you can create a nice current for it, which we'll get into later why currents are so important for your tank as well. But for right now, we can talk about this wave maker. You have different types of modes that you can set around here as well. You have like a feed mode, you have a night mode you can put onto it as well. And you also have different functionalities when it comes to, like, you want to kind of more like, speed up and slow down. If you want to be kind of a more perpetual kind of thing. Or like the thing what we have right here, it's more of a constant flow that we have set up right now, just to make sure that surface tension is kind of getting broken and stuff like that. Talking on mute, my brother? Oh my gosh, I'm on mute. No. Oh, my mic died. Ah. Ethan, thank you so much for telling me that. Yeah, sometimes I get on rants and just kind of start talking, and my microphone died in the process. And it'll turn back on, but then it'll shut itself back off. And maybe it turns off after X amount of time. Let me try this real quick. Ethan, I appreciate you pointing this out to me. Let's see. You should probably hear me now just fine, right? Going into this entire spiel about surface tension and no one heard a thing about it. It's just hard to keep it track when I'm just like that, not able to monitor anything myself in particular. So that's just me out here, just me watching, just me doing the live stream stuff. Okay, basically what I'm saying, you need to get one of these wave makers to break surface tension for proper gas exchange for your water, right? That was the last like 20 minutes what I said. But I just kind of went into a long explanation behind it because, well, I think it's nice to get into like the details of all this kind of stuff so you can understand like exactly why you need to pick up these kind of things for your tank. Yeah, we're still on, we're still good. Probably just went to sleep mode. That's probably what happened with the microphone here. I appreciate you pointing out, Ethan. But yeah, so what this can do right here is with the wave maker, like I said, you can have different settings you can put onto it. You have like a feed mode, you have a night mode you can put onto it. You can change the speed, you can change the functionality of it. You can link other wave makers together as well. Now I'm just super self-conscious about this microphone here. And of course you can dial in the speed that you would like for the wave maker as well, and however you would like to have that set. Obviously you can see all different types of options on the board itself right here. You can see all the different types of like LED lights and stuff like that will showcase like what you can actually do with them with the different settings of this. And so, okay, so we talked about surface tension, about how a wave maker does a great job of breaking that surface tension for gas exchange. very important for the health of your environment of your fish. Another great addition, or a benefit, I should say, of having a wave maker is that it also creates a flow within your tank, right? For our tank right we have right here, it kind of does like a bit of a U shape around the outside edge of the tank here. And what that does is it creates a bit of a current so your fish have something to swim against, keeping them active, keeping them swimming so they're constantly moving, doing something. So then they don't, become stagnant and become sluggish, or, they don't have any form of exercise, right? Because they're not going to try to keep swimming if they don't really need to, right? It's kind of like, so then, so they does a great job of trying to keep your fish healthy and happy. Because what, you'll never guess it, but fish like to swim. It's kind of their thing. Oh. Alright, the microphone died for sure this time. Reef, I lay there. Guppy Farm, thank you much for coming by as well. The live stream has ended. I'm surprised I didn't try to end the live stream here. It's still going here on Facebook. Oh. Now the lifespan on that microphone's about 2 hours. We're just shy of 3. So yeah, we're talking about what comes to having a wave maker here. That creates a bit of a circulation for your fish to swim against, because you might be surprised, but fish like to swim. It's kind of their thing. It's what they do. And so when your fish are swimming, it keeps them active, which then keeps them healthy, burning those calories that they will intake, from living inside your tank. And then you have nice little happy swimmy fish. This is something you just like to do. Another great addition or benefit from having a wave maker as well is that what will happen is that it will even out the temperature of the water within your tank as well, making it so that you won't have any hot spots or cold spots or anything like that. It will all be looking good. That's, and so then, so then basically what happens is if you have an even temperature surrounding the entirety of your aquarium, well then your fish will feel more comfortable going to different areas as well. Same kind of thing with, like, think about within your house, right? If you have like a really cold room, you probably don't really want to hang out in there that much, right? Because it's not that comfortable. Or vice versa, if one of your rooms gets really hot in your house, you probably don't want to be going in there too much, right? I'm gonna redo my tank and have no sand in your tank. What are you gonna do with the bottom of it then? It's just gonna be just plain like metal on the bottom there? I don't really see much in the way of no sand tanks. Well, I guess I should say I have. I think most of the time I see with tanks with no sand, they have more like fish that are more predators than anything else. You have any kind of anything like that going on? It's a lot cleaner. Oh, really? I'm sure it is much easier to clean, right? I guess also with some fish, right, they probably don't mind, right? So some fish like to kind of carve out a little bit of the space. Like we see right here with our sand right here, we do have like a spot where some of the fish like to hide behind the rocks a little bit. They kind of carve out a little bit of an area where they get the chance to, kind of carve out their own little spot within the rocks there. Well, it's also kind of more of a natural experience for them too to have sand, but probably for fish, they probably don't really care too much about that, right? They're probably like, as long as I got water, dude, I'm good. I can just swim. I'm a swimmer. That's what I do. I swim. But yeah, so yeah, talking about like the heat transferring happening with your tank as well. When you have a wave maker, another great benefit of it too, since you have constant motion within the water, right? Things are moving, things are happening. That it makes it so then that it reduces the amount of debris buildup, making it take much longer for something like that to happen. So with things like having some kind of gunk on your glass or like something like that happening, or gunk building up on your reef or something like that, since you have like constant circulation of water happening, it doesn't just automatically just wherever it goes into your water, it just stays there. It doesn't move anywhere, right? So that's another great benefit of having a wave maker that actually helps keep the distribution of debris or anything that more evenly distributed throughout your tank as well. So then you'll have like big piles of like areas that you need to clean or anything like that. So There's a lot of benefits. Take what, about 45 minutes later, there's a lot of benefits to having a wave maker with your tank. And this is one of the things that we offer here at Aquadream, as you can see right here. This one, actually, I'll show you the box. I already showed you the price. I'll show you the box. This is available on our TikTok shop. This is available on our website as well. There's different variations of these as well, so you can find whichever one might fit you the best when it comes to your price range, or when it comes to the functionality of how strong they are, or anything that how powerful these wave makers are. You watch BRS? I'm not sure what you mean by BRS or BRs. I'm not sure. Big reefs stink or something? Is that like another TikTok person on here? I'll definitely give them a follow. I think I want to check out more people within the community here. Yeah, like these wave makers do a really good job of having different options, right? Just kind of reading some of the stuff that's on the box here for some quick facts. Like, it has 6 flow modes, 9 frequency conversions, right? Self-cleaning, there's a feed mode, night mode, like I mentioned earlier, and 360-degree rotation wave making with a wireless link so you can link up with others. The saltwater guy on YouTube. I don't think I have. Is that what's the channel name? Or is it the saltwater guy? It could just be that. I definitely want to see what other people are doing. You know, what other kind of content people are making when it comes to aquatic habits. So I definitely want to see what they're doing and what works for them. And as a social media manager, I definitely will take inspiration or learn at any opportunity I can. Because obviously with social media, it's a never-ending landscape. This is BRS. Okay, let me check it out. Let's check it out. Let me type it up right now. We'll do it. How long have you been watching BRS? Oh, is my keyboard dead? I think my keyboard. Everything's dying right now. All my electronics are dying right now. Oh my goodness. BRS. Oh, that's I'm typing now. Okay, that's cool. Who would need to type things on a keyboard, right? Am I right? Okay, well, there we go. I'll make sure to give them a follow though, because I'm going to see what they're up to. How's my keyboard not working right now? It was just working a second ago, and I haven't touched it. Last time I touched it, it worked. And now, it doesn't work. What is going on here? My guy. Wow. Okay. Oh, now it's working. There we go. We got it to work. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. BRS. Look like aquariums? Yeah. There we go. Okay. Oh, we are subscribed to him. Okay. I think I've seen it. Okay, now I'm looking at the page. I've seen a few things of theirs. Yeah, they have a nice page. They got a nice setup. They got what they do over there. You know, guys, I think we're gonna get about to wrap up the stream here, right? It's Friday. I got stuff to do. But you know, guys, if you're all new to the channel, make sure you tap follow. Make sure you tap like. At our level, every follow, every like really does go a long way. So I really do appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to stop by, say hi, hang out, chat with us, and everything in between. If you guys want to keep up with us, like I said, you can follow us here on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We also do have our own website, aquadreamusa.com. That's aquadreamusa.com. Yeah. And then you'll be able to get more information from us. Question mark, thank you very much for that follow, dude. I really do appreciate it. Very good, really do. Really does matter. That means a lot, dude. I really do appreciate that. And guys, thank you all so much for coming by and watching. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, guys, we'll be live Monday Same time, same place, same bat time, same bat channel, and everything in between. But hey guys, thank you all so much for coming by. I really do appreciate it, and I'll have to catch you all in the next one. Oh, that's probably why YouTube, Facebook died, because the phone died. That would do it. All right, guys, on Instagram, I'm going to say goodbye to you all. You all have a good night. Facebook's already dead. People on YouTube, thank you much for coming by.